WIFTPM.
Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like May said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
attack. You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Hi, I'm Cornell Dancer, and I'm in a runoff election for the new 21st Ward, a true public servant, someone you can trust. I'll be bringing beauty and functionality to the ward by bringing in the Department of Streets and Sanitation, the Department of Transportation, the Department of Water Management, the Bureau of Electricity, the Department of Forestry, and Animal Control. So I'm asking you to punch 51, Cornell Dancer, for Alderman of the new 21st Ward.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dancer.
Dr. Craig Williams, former CPS administrator, on what he saw when Paul Vallis ran Chicago Public Schools.
I was there when Paul Vallis turned our schools around. Don't let anyone tell you different. Paul Vallis invested in our long-neglected neighborhoods, building new schools and updating facilities on the south and west sides, awarding a majority of contracts to minority and women-owned companies. I saw the results. I was there when math and reading scores went up in our schools.
Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
I'm Brandon Johnson. As a husband, dad, teacher, and county commissioner, I know firsthand the challenges facing our communities. I'm running for mayor to make it easier for working people and families to make it in Chicago, to stop the crime that's paralyzing our city by getting serious about addressing the root causes of crime, mental health, poverty, and hopelessness, and to get tough on fighting the waste in the CPD budget. As mayor, I'll train and promote 200 new detectives and hold officers accountable if they abuse our trust. I'll make our public transportation safe and reliable, improve our schools, and strengthen our neighborhoods by investing in the people of Chicago. I'm the only person running for mayor with a balanced budget plan to do these things without raising your property taxes. The only one. I'm Brandon Johnson, asking for your vote on or before April 4th. Together, we can move the city forward and make Chicago work better for all of us. Paid for by Friends of Brandon Johnson.
Dr. Craig Williams, former CPS administrator, on what he saw when Paul Vallis ran Chicago Public Schools.
I was there when Paul Vallis turned our schools around. Don't let anyone tell you different. Paul Vallis invested in our long-neglected neighborhoods, building new schools and updating facilities on the south and west sides, awarding a majority of contracts to minority and women-owned companies. I saw the results. I was there when math and reading scores went up in our schools.
Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. Enough to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I know y'all like, wait a minute. Hold on. He's starting early. Reese was like, wait, what? You want to start now? Yeah, man, I got to get started now, because if I don't get started now, then we ain't going to get through everything that we got to get through today, because I got somewhere to be, and so I can't be hanging around. Plus, it's only 1 week left, Reese. Reese, it's 1 week left. And you're right, Reese, we got to go out with a bang, so we going to Obsidian. We broadcasting live next Friday at the Jizzoint for Shizoint. We're going to have breakfast. And we're going to have a party. We might have to clear the we're going to have some tables, but we might have to clear them off, Reese. I might have to find me a live. We might get to do the whole thing, dog. We might have to go and do the thing. Do the thing. Be like, have a morning rock out. And just take it there.
We got to, man. We got to.
Oh, Reese. You got to call Dante, dog. Get to call Dante. You got to say, man, next week we playing everything, regardless of what they say. So y'all get ready to be restarting and re-going, because we going. We going. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Friday, March 31st.
I'm feeling so good.
It's the last day of March.
I'm feeling so good about the last day of March, Reese. That if you turn in your hours today,
oh man,
you might get on a plane with you might get on a pocket plane for you. Ain't got to be looking for the.
Man, both my jobs told me that. They said,
hey man, you get your hours in today, man. We gonna go ahead and just.
You might tell me something good.
I'm going to. So now you got it right. I'm gonna go ahead and push payday up a day. Right? It's Friday, so your hours ain't gonna change tomorrow. So you wanna go ahead and get it together for me. I ain't even, this how you know we almost done, because I usually be an attitude. I got an attitude on this Friday.
Nah, go ahead. That's all good.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, Friday, March 31st. It's the last day of the quarter. Whew. Reese, that was a fast 3 months, bro. It's like, and we got half the birthdays out the way already.
Yeah, quarter up, gone.
I mean, man, Joe, no. And this don't the babies be born in the winter? What? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. All right, because in the summertime, so this the time when they starting to get ready. They warming up. I bet it's months that had the most babies.
It's supposed to be good this weekend for Chicago. I'm mad I ain't gonna be here.
70-something, I heard. But then they said today we could have like tornadoes.
It's never gonna be a tornado in Chicago.
You say that, and that's what they said before, and then it was a tornado in the city. All right. I used to think that, man, with this new global warming, dog. I mean, really, Joe, we supposed to catch some. Anyway, I mean, I'm telling you, we ain't even had like 12 inches of snow this year.
We ain't 12 inches in a long time.
Like, we used to get 12 inches in a day. Global warming, dog. There's so much that done changed since we've been. Look, man, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I don't even know how we got to global warming. I'm gonna just say this: we're gonna have a good day today. I'm your man, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Hey, y'all, he got a haircut. I ain't see what the back.
I ain't even got a haircut yet. I'm going now.
Oh, dang. Well, that one held up, Reese.
Oh yeah.
That one held up.
Oh yeah. I be.
Reese like it. I don't want to Reese. Look, if I, hey y'all, I'm still thinking, man. Hey man, I was thinking about you yesterday. We gonna have some. I'm gonna put them on test you this week. We gonna see if Reese ready or not. Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler. How you feeling, dog?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. It's the last day of March. Happy birthday to all my fellow March birthdays and my Pisces even a little bit more, man. It's a good way to end the month off, man.
Where you going, dog? Oh, I ain't gonna tell. Is it a secret?
Nah, I'm going to Arizona. I usually be kicking it. It's like we kind of like, we call each other like birthday twins because we like almost always spend our birthdays like together. So she doing a little get together in Arizona. So I said I'd go there.
What part of Arizona? Phoenix?
Yeah. Well, Phoenix, but you know how it's
Phoenix,
all
the suburbs. It's the suburbs. Yeah. It's like Atlanta. And everybody be like, I really live in East Point. I really live in
Stockbridge.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I know how that go. It's like when you in Chicago and you say Bolingbrook, right?
Yeah, right.
Like the Phoenix people, do you think people say, you ain't from Phoenix, dog? Like Chicago people be like, you ain't from Chicago.
You can live, right?
Do they ask you what high school you? No, because everybody in Arizona is a transplant for the most part.
Yeah, so I'll be there. Give me a little sun.
Oh, I can get you some sun, man. You gotta be careful in Arizona. I was looking at that. It's like it'd be cold. It'd be like cold at night. It's like
it's like desert.
Mm-hmm.
So like that temperature drop at nighttime is crazy.
Yes, it is. All right. All right, y'all. So that's DJ Riis the Ruler. He getting on a plane, talk about he might not be here on Monday. How you gonna be on the day before election? Everybody gonna be trying to come through. I'm gonna be pushing. It's gonna be the day before. So look, he trying to be a lobbyist, and now he gonna be gone on the day before election. Lord.
What's going on with these pilots that not want to fly? They been canceling.
Hey man, let them people get their rest. If a flight get canceled, you say okay. You don't grumble. Don't grumble. There's a reason.
You need your rest already. It's 3 days.
Hey Joe, let him get whatever he need. Hey, okay. You all right, badass? Go ahead. I be like, all right, go ahead and wish for a sleepy pilot. When he gonna be dozing when he okay. No, whatever you need, sir. Take your time. I'll be back. All right, that's it. So, Reese, let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up, and away, and away, and away. Reese, you gonna have a job. We're gonna see. So we gotta have a segment for you in the show. So I'm gonna give you a heads up for it, and then you're gonna do it a little bit later. We're gonna break this whole thing down. Anyway, did y'all see the city council meeting yesterday? If you didn't, we're gonna play I'm gonna play 3 clips that I thought was important. There was a lot of fireworks and a lot of flash bang boom. People was snapping, they was getting they thing on, but then when you looked at the votes, it was pretty interesting. But there were 3 key moments that I saw yesterday that I think were important to us. So I'm going to break those 3 down, but that'll be a little bit later. Man, Reese, Bernie Sanders was in town yesterday.
How'd it go?
Well, so I guess I don't know. So no, let's back up. It was a lot of people there. But I don't know if Reese, let me ask a question. How many people go to UIC? To the UIC forum? What's the UIC? Not the forum, but the Credit One Arena. What's that, about 10,000 people?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, so let's say if it's 10, it was half because they didn't go up. They did the lower, kind of the lower bowl. It was full like down there, like you saw the camera. I would shout out to Crime Chaser Martin. I was watching his. Then I went to Brandon's page and I was checking it out. It was interesting. It was an interesting crowd. It looked very suburban.
Yeah, it looks suburban.
And
for Chicago mayor election.
Yeah, but I guess Chicago is suburban now. Depending on what part of Chicago you in, it really is kind of suburban. Let me back up. So they had Martin Luther King, not Jr., but the third there. He looked like a cartoon character. I'm not gonna lie. He is interesting. I'm not gonna trip. They had Delia Ramirez there. Kwame Raoul was there. And then Bernie Sanders. Oh, and Randy Weingarten. You know who Randy Weingarten is? No, she like the boss of the teachers around the country. But Reese, you know what I was thinking, man? For the most progressive rally in the whole country for the day, in your home state, where was Chewy? Okay, so we'll talk about this a little bit later, but Reese, like, remember he was getting Delia Ramirez elected and they went against Gilbert Villegas, and remember Reese? I mean, for all of those people there, it was the uniting of the powers that be. And Reese, there was no Chewy. That was interesting to me. But I'm gonna leave that for the social media question of the day. Today there is Brandon Johnson is having a press conference on the steps of the home with Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. III. And Brandon Johnson, along with a variety of union leaders, and local elected officials are going to hold a press conference on the steps of the home that Dr. King stayed in when he was in Chicago. What you think about that, Reese? Is that doing too much? Like, you take Dr. King, I don't know. I'm not going to, I wonder, is that like, I don't want to be accused of being
reaching, so they reaching for something.
Huh?
So they reaching, huh? Is that a little bit more?
No, you said that.
No, I'm just saying, is that a little bit more of a reach?
Dr. King, so it's going to be Dr. King's son on the steps. Okay, so that's happening. That press conference is happening today, as well as Latino leaders a little later will be speaking out against Paul Vallis, why he's wrong for Chicago. Also, check out this. Black Men United, Reese, you know who Black Men United are? They are endorsing Paul Vallis today and then doing a food giveaway. Reese. Hey, Reese.
That is That is.
What's the matter, Reese? Shout out to Black Men United. Shout out to the black. Are you trying to say Black Men United? I'm going to tell you like this. It's hard to find black men doing more to give away to help black people in need than Black Men United. Shout out to Pastor Harrell. Black Men United. What does that tell you? If they in your district, though. That be them. See, it's the people you be leaving. Reese, everybody wants to be asked. You cannot assume me. So you supposed to go where nobody even asked you to come help, come be with you? So you, Reese, I be if you walk past me every day and you don't ask me, and then the dude come around from around the block and be like, excuse me, I see you. Maybe Paul Vallis makes people feel seen. You know that, how y'all millennials be.
Black Men United.
Let's go, black men.
They didn't do it. Right, let's.
Cause Reese, they got their third eye, dog. Reese. I think it's, you know what I think as you talk about this age thing? I think Paul Vallis makes some black people feel seen, Reese.
That's a tough one.
Hey man, you better leave. Hey, I'm right. Hey man, you cannot front on Black Men United, family.
Oh no, it's not. It's just
how it sounds.
It's just how it sounds, and then you say Black Men United
for Vallis,
right? It's like,
hey man, I'm just telling you. Hey man, you can't be around here. Look, mugs don't want to get Obama again. I'm just telling you. Hey, you ever been to Obama? You know what the Obama effect was? I'm just telling you, man. Sometimes some people don't see you. You can't be walking past the... Whew. All right, I'm going to let that one pass. Did you see yesterday? Okay, so old school. Did you see Brandon Johnson yesterday? This is not me. The guy busted for bills. Reese, look at your face.
He got busted for bills.
He ain't paid his water bill since 2010.
Who? It's still on? Wait, what's going on?
No, let me back up. He had an overdue water bill that was $3,000.
All right.
And he ain't paid. He hadn't paid it for some years. And then put a down payment on it in February 13th. But it was like a couple years later. Anyway, I'm going to play the story a little later. But it was like, it's one of them old school things. First of all.
That's them reaching to white people.
I said Reese was going to say that.
No black person like, did you just say his bill was $3,000? That's a smart man. I ain't paying. Put that in somebody else's name. But nah, I don't think black people at all will feel offended if you be like, did you know Brandon Johnson had a $3,000 gas bill?
I think they already know black people.
Right, and he didn't pay it. He waited to pay it.
I was gonna ask. You know what I was gonna ask? Nobody. So check this out. No, well, first of all, it is to white people because that right. Sure. But I was gonna ask, did he use the ComEd trick?
Yeah.
You know, you ain't really got to pay your bill from what is it? November 1st all the way to
the gas bill.
I'm talking about. You know, they can't cut your stuff off in the wintertime.
I thought it was just your gas.
It's your electric too, bro. Because what if you got electric heat?
Electric stove, that's right.
Electric heat, so they can't cut your. So I used to play the ComEd game, which was, look, I ain't paying no. Did I told you about the night that I was getting engaged to Carrie and my power got turned off, and her mom was coming to town because I was playing the winter game with ComEd. It was terrible, Reese. And I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get engaged in the power off? And you know how I used to know if the power, and you know, like when you playing the numbers game with the heat, with the electric bill, and the way I knew if I was for real, if it was like a power outage or if it was my power was off.
You go look around.
Nah, you go look out in the hallway.
Yeah, right.
Because if the lights in the hallway was on, then you was jammed. It was you. But if the lights in the hallway was off, then it was everything. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that because I do think there's a dichotomy of opinion in that, so we're going to talk about it. Man, Brother Anthony Muhammad sent me a text about them creating a special in Mississippi, in Jackson, Mississippi, one of the blackest cities in the country, making a separate court system just for the white people. Man. And this is to go how crazy the world is. Donald Trump got indicted, and I'm kind of like, so what? He got indicted yesterday, though.
I saw that, man.
Hey, man, you think they're going to riot? You think they're going to have a January 6th? You think they going to New York? You think the Trumpsters riding out to New York? Hey, man, he had them going at that rally. Like, they went to Waco, Texas, bro, where they fought the police. They said he was showing clips of January 6th at his presidential rally. Like,
who did?
President Trump. For his campaign kickoff, he went to Waco, Texas. And then on the screen, when he was coming up, it was the Patriots tearing up the Capitol.
You gotta love Trump, man.
You gotta love him or be like, damn.
You gotta love him.
Okay.
Man, got no chill. He just do it. He just do whatever.
And I was just thinking, like, the reality is, getting indicted probably does help him with his people. It was like, they just persecuted me, man. Anyway.
Because he get indicted, he can't run for president.
Yes,
right?
he can.
Oh,
he's going to be indicted candidate running for president, Joe. That's crazy. And now he got to win. Now you got to win, right? Because you got to win so you can put your ops out. Because if not, they going to get you. All right.
No, hey, I can see him with it. You guys thought he's going to do me like that? I'm back.
You're fired.
You know you're fired. You're fired. Goddamn, you know you're fired. I don't even have to tell you.
You can't be saying GD. We already on past the old folks. Sorry.
I was like 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
All right. Cubs and White Sox both win their their openers yesterday. And then I was looking at the turnout, and it seems like the white wards are turning out tremendously. There are no black wards in the top 10 right now for this mayor's election. So we're going to talk about it all a little bit more. Plus, we got that plus a little bit more when we come back. It's the Mays Jackson Show, trying to stay on schedule because we do have a guest. I think we got Prentice Butler coming in from the 4th Ward. I told Reese to lock the door, y'all, so we don't get... because he got me carrying my itchy now back up in the studio. I used to leave it at the crib. Now I got to be itchy scratch all day up in the joints.
People that be walking in and be coming.
I'll be like, Reese, that's the setup, right? I be in here doing the show, and next thing you know, Reese done open the door for him, and I'm, dang, I was just about to retire. Anyway, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mays said. We out of here. Peace.
My name is Cassandra J. Matz, your candidate for Village Trustee of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 30 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On April 4th, vote for me, Cassandra J. Matz, for your Olympia Fields Village Trustee. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz.
Democratic leaders are endorsing Paul Vallis. Alderman Sophia King says,
Paul Vallis is a pro-choice Democrat who will protect our values.
Senator Dick Durbin added,
we can count on Paul to strengthen Chicago's economy and create good-paying jobs.
Jamal Green says,
Paul Vallis will deliver for all Chicagoans.
Alderman Tabarez added,
Paul Vallis will make sure we not only have more police, but better policing and real accountability.
Secretary White says,
Paul Vallis will bring our city together and collaborate to solve problems.
With Chicagoans struggling with rising taxes, prices, and interest rates, leading Democrats are endorsing Paul Vallis because he has a real economic plan that creates jobs. 1. Reclaim vacant properties and invest to revitalize the South and West Sides. 2. Provide low-interest loans for small businesses that create jobs. 3. Bring every community into the budget process so no one is left behind. Paul Vallis, the only Democrat running for a stronger economy and safer streets.
Paid for by Vallis for mayor.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. I'm Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. As we have with the sports, the Blackhawks will lose 5-3 to the Blues. Opening day in baseball. Cubs will shut out the Brewers 4-0 as the Sox come back in the ninth to beat the Astros 3-2. Let's head over to traffic now on the Kennedy. Inbound from O'Hare will be 36 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 18 on the Edens. From Deerfield to Exchange, 37 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28. Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 36 minutes. 27 minutes to Thorndale. To Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 38 minutes. Outbound will be 30 to Bishop Ford, 34 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 32 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan, 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. While DuSable Drive is locked in at 8 minutes in all directions. Today's weather, it is currently 51 and windy. Today will be a high of 64 with a low of 50. I'm Reese the Ruler. It's Friday. It's the Mays Jackson Show.
Back to glory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God's gonna turn it around. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. And DJ Riis the Ruler, you know, man, it is, we got a lot going on today. So first of all, let me let y'all, don't forget today we got a happy hour at Obsidian, right? So it's a happy hour at Obsidian, BYOB happy hour. So you got to bring your own drink. But come on through. We're going to be up at Obsidian from 5 to 10 today. It is our members open house. So if you are thinking about becoming a member, just come on up, check us out. We got the whole you dig. I'll get you the application. You can figure out how you too can become a member of the Obsidian Social Club. Now, don't forget tomorrow we have the NCAA Final Four party up at the Emily Hotel at Selva. Reese is off the chain. I think they're going to be doing Manhattans. Not Manhattans. I keep saying Manhattans. Old Fashions. Reese, are you, like, it seems like a lot of people drink Old Fashions now. So tomorrow we're going to have Old Fashions, wine, and beer complimentary for the first. Reese, you know, you think the people going to run out the open bar quick? Run out the free drinks. You know, people come get the free drinks. But there will be a full bar as well. Come check us out up at, man, the RSVPs are off the chain. Make sure that you come through. We also got the overflow. So if it's too many people, then we'll go downstairs too. But I'm just letting you know, it seems like it's Chicago Chicago News Weekly, along with the Ani Group, the Emily Hotel, Construction and Communities, What's in it for the Black People First, the 27th Ward Young Democrats. It's just everybody is piling in. We're going to have a great time watching the games, getting our game on. So make sure you RSVP for that. Now, Reese, we done started this new thing that it's going to be classic. I think we done made it classic in just a short amount of time, Reese. In just a short amount of time, we have made it classic. Is this the remix for the birthday? Is this what we doing?
Oh, no, that answer, but hey, this is a good one though. You know what this is? Everybody
get your birthday on. Everybody get your birthday on. Everybody get your birthday on. All right, so look, y'all. Let me say happy birthday. Reese, turn it up a little bit so I can catch the beat. Maybe I could get on a little bit. But first of all, we got to say happy birthday to Christopher G. Creighton, William Smith, Crystal Sinclair, Ray Wimbush, Kareem R. Muhammad, Walter Anglin, Christina Roselle. Hey, man, y'all know my man, my big bro, Donnie Allen Kirksey, passed away to COVID, man. But this is my big bro. It is his birthday. He would have been 60. Big DK. Shout out to Patrick Kirkland, Kevin Commodore, my fraternity brother, Brian Sales, DJ from the House Nation, and Felicia May Ree. It is y'all birthday. Now, when I get my birthday roll on, I gotta say happy birthday, happy birthday, happy, get your birthday on. Everybody get your birthday. It's your MFing birthday. Everybody get your birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. Oh, I forgot my girl Cheryl Maynor. Shout out to my girl Cheryl Maynor, whose birthday it is today too. She is the publisher of Chicago News Weekly, and she said yesterday in a text, "It's my birthday and I want my song."
What song was it?
It's a birthday song. It's a birthday song. Everybody get your birthday on. Everybody get your birthday. Everybody get your birthday on. Oh, everybody get your birthday on. I say happy birthday to you. Ooh. Everybody get your birthday on. Everybody get your birthday on. Oh, everybody get your everybody get your birthday. Oh, everybody get your birthday on. Oh, everybody get your birthday on. Everybody get your birthday on. I say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. What you gonna do for your happy birthday? Is your family gonna take you out? What you gonna do? Birthday roll on. Everybody get your birthday 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 on. Yeah, I say I'm gonna say happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, I say happy birthday to you and you. What you gonna do? Ooh, happy birthday to you and you. What you wanna do? Gonna cut the cake, eat it up and chop it up. Then you're gonna get the ice cream and then throw it up. Happy birthday. Everybody get your birthday. Yeah. Everybody get your birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody. Hey, I got a good day. It's gonna be some good weather.
It's gonna be some good weather. It's hot in here. It be hot in here, man. After I do the birthday song, I be like, I need to turn the air on. Cause it be hot in here. It's like the lights be kicking, I be getting sweat. I need like a glass of ice cold water today. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Reese, I ain't turning on the phone lines. But what I do want to do while I get the phone lines cracking, I want you to turn on the audio from the computer. Right? Because I want to show you what was cracking last night, just in case you missed it. Bernie Sanders was in town. It was probably one of the biggest progressive rallies in Chicago mayoral history, Reese. Let me play it. Here you go. Turn up your audio.
To be here, I want to make this point that I know you've heard it before, but it's true. This is going to be a close election, and the deciding factor will be voter turnout. Now, Brandon's opponent and the other side, they have a lot of money.
Y'all hear Martin crime chasing them? You better
That's
listen.
what always happens when you take on the establishment. They have the money.
Let's see who else was there. There go Martin Luther King.
We can't teach about Hank Aaron and Roberto Clemente and Willie Mays, who were pioneers in baseball, and others. And
This is
books that are being
Reverend King III.
including books about the Holocaust. Now, what kind of nation talks about freedom just to be conservative, but you don't have freedom to be progressive? And nobody seems to have asked that question. Well, you know, we don't need to
Let's see who else
do
was there.
that in the city of Chicago. Am I right?
Delia Ramirez.
What we know is that Chicago has been building a movement for decades. And today, and the next 5 days, it is a matter of finally getting to the place that we have been working so hard to arrive. So let me tell you this.
Delia Ramirez.
All right, go get him, man.
You think Bernie Sanders really know Brandon? Let's see.
Thank you, thank you.
Pretty big crowd, right? They didn't go up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How the heck are you, Chicago? Are you all ready to go to the 5th floor? Well, let's go, Chicago. Thank you so much. Get a little better. And if you don't believe in the liberation of people, you don't deserve to be on the 5th floor for the people. Oh, I'm starting to feel real good right now. I heard a psalmist say, I feel like going on. Now, let me tell you how good it feels to be in this moment. When I made my announcement in October in Cabrini Green, USA, one of the greatest neighborhoods on the planet. And that's where I started my teaching career. And there are some of my students here tonight. Now, we were polling at 2.3% of these large corporations who do not want to see this day come into fruition. Now, as much of it is a nightmare for them, there's room at the table for them. Your chair might be a little smaller, but there's room. When our country was at one of its most difficult moments in our nation's history, someone decided that it was important to send a signal to the rest of the world. And it wasn't just about having a seat on a bus. Who has literally failed people everywhere he has gone. He has destroyed every
every economy that he participated in. That his failures are so profound, we are still living the same political goal to transform the town of Montgomery. That same goal is alive today to transform the city of Chicago. Came a people who understood the value and the importance of bringing people together. And that same political goal to transform the town of Montgomery, that same goal is alive today to transform
like
the
Dr.
city
King,
of Chicago.
Right? Make you think of Dr. King?
And that political operation brought an amazing human being to the city of Chicago who said that hope is alive. And it's alive and well. And that's Reverend Jesse Jackson, Sr. I said that's Reverend Jesse Jackson, Sr. I love you. When Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. came to the brown, white, Asian city of Chicago after incredible political wins, but understood that even as we cross bridges, even as we declare our seat at the table, the civil rights movement recognized that even after the voting rights, that they had jumped and hit their heads on the ceiling in the basement. They understood that we had to keep fighting. We had to keep moving. We got to keep moving on up. And when Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. came to the west side of the city of Chicago, as he worked to bring all communities together, black, brown, white, Asian, young, old, he understood that we had to make sure that our movement reached across this nation. And he came to the city of Chicago. And when he got here, he was met with the same forces that are trying to keep us from getting to the 5th floor. He came fighting for housing and good paying jobs, health care. When he got to Chicago, he was met with tremendous opposition. And he felt a little discouraged. He did. But here's one thing that he understood. He said that if we can figure it out in Chicago, we can do it anywhere in the world. One bullet can't kill a dream, Chicago. I'm counting on you, Chicago, to fulfill a dream of our ancestors. That whether you live in Jefferson Park or Morgan Park or Gage Park or Humboldt Park or Garfield Park, no matter where you live in the city of Chicago, you deserve to have a fully funded neighborhood school. You deserve to have reliable transportation. You deserve to have good paying jobs in health care and access to mental health care. You deserve environmental justice. They can't turn us around, Chicago. On April 4th, I'm counting on you not just to commemorate the life and legacy of a dreamer and his assassination. I'm counting on you, Chicago, to bring a revival and a resurrection in the city of Chicago. Because as Dr. King said, when we do it in Chicago, we take the progressive movement around the world. My name is Brandon Johnson, and I approve all of these messages. Punch 5, come alive, Chicago. Punch 5, come alive, Chicago.
Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I was just thinking, though. So Reese, the thing about it was, the question I really got, though, with all of that, where was Chewy? Reese, I tried to get the clips. Let me see if I can find out Who else was there? Let's see. Okay, yeah.
CPS.
Okay, we got Carlos Rosa Ramirez. This is I think Erica Bland. It was Vic Mensa. It's a lot of white people. They gotta line them up. Let's see.
Those that have been left out of our society.
Jesse Jackson. Jonathan Jackson. That's my man. That's my real cousin, Jonathan.
Dignified.
Let's see.
Organizer. Brandon is an organizer. But I'm here for a whole bunch of reasons. It is.
That's the biggest funder of Brandon Johnson's campaign right there. Randy Weingarten.
And you hear divide. You see.
Let's see.
We need uniters, not dividers in Chicago. We need people who will lift people up, not people who tear people apart. So one day, Dallas, like this, Marty and Brandon, perfect together. But this is the last point I want to make. This crowd, this audience, that hope, that aspiration.
This Reverend Jack.
We're gathered here.
That's Dr. King.
Racist America that you.
Here.
Reese, where's Chewy?
Whoa.
There's Bernie, but there was no Chewy. So Reese, you got the button, and then I'm gonna go to the live line. I'm gonna switch over. I'll switch the call over. But why don't you hit the button, Reese? Because I want to talk about a couple things. We'll talk about the speech. We'll talk about what happened. But really, my question.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Do we need to reevaluate the Black and Brown coalition after this election? I don't see the enthusiasm of the Chewy team. Even though we saw Chewy endorse. That was the biggest mayoral rally in the country, the biggest progressive rally in the country, and who was the premier most progressive candidate was not there in Chewy Garcia. And the other thing I noticed, Reese, I went to all like the prominent Chewy allies pages. Do you realize that none of them have Brandon on their page? They don't have, like, even the people that were in the announcements that stood up on the stage when they announced, remember? None of them have anything Brandon Johnson on their team, which makes me ask, are they really part of this Black and Brown coalition, and do we need to reassess it? But I also wanted you to see the clips from the Bernie rally yesterday, and I wanted, like, I feel like, in a way, Brandon Johnson is in the space of both Harold Washington and now after that, sort of like a Martin Luther King, as if in the aspect that he is Dr. King's dream fulfilled. That's kind of what I got from the speech. By electing Brandon Johnson, will we be able to see Dr. King's dream realized in Chicago? Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. Phone lines are open. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I did not say what's up to the people from WBGX 1570 who tune in to us every day. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Reese, who's on the line? Caller, you there?
It is Ron.
Ron! Hey, Ron, you got to be there next Friday, man. Next Friday, only got a week left. Hey, Ron, did you...
Oh, you know that.
Hey, man, I was excited to see. Don't you think Brandon is like kind of filling the space of Dr. King's dream realized?
Hell no.
Damn, Ron. Why you so hard on the brother, man?
Let me
you just don't like. Why I feel like you just don't like the brother, man.
Dr.
I feel
King,
like you.
First of all, Dr. King wasn't a socialist. I encourage anybody to read his final book. Where do we go from here? Yeah, he was kind of figuring out systems that in terms of capitalism and socialism, but he rejected this quote unquote progressive social. But let me get to two real quick points. I think they mentioned that he's going up against the same forces that Dr. King went up against. Who is that? Who is he talking about? And I'm sure he cannot be talking about businesses. See, one thing these people that they don't understand. Government money comes. They think that government money you just created in the bank. It comes from taxes, and other than people who pay taxes, businesses pay taxes. Businesses hire people. That's the. Then he said that they're bringing people together. Last time I looked, Paul Valls has a lot of black people. I told you I was at an event at S2 last week. You almost couldn't get in there. Black people. So what are they talking about? He's bringing people together, and those same people that endorse Valls, they would accept that endorsement. I just be glad when this is over, man. That's a bunch of but here, see, it nailed it for me. They gave a clear distinction in the Tribune between Paul Vallis and particularly their education plan, and he said the money should go with the student. He said that, and that's what I believe in. And that, and again, maybe I'm not a one-issue candidate, but that's what I personally believe in. And I told you the statement that he made. Chicago public schools are best suited and fit to govern. Do y'all believe that?
Wait a minute.
Look what they have. Well, look what.
Say that again.
Do people in last Sunday Sun Times? I still have it right in front of me. He said Chicago public school teachers are best suited to govern. It's page, I actually had it. It's page 7 of the Sun Times from last week. And then they quoted Tony Preckwinkle and basically said the same thing about Chicago teachers, are best to govern. Y'all believe that? Look at the product. And I'm not saying that they're totally responsible for, but the whole system. Nobody sends their kids to these schools unless they just have no other choice. But for me, it's very clear. And see, they're going to say, well, businesses are back in Paul, because they want to do business here. It's one of the best places to do business. They're not creating anything. So, you know what? And I know they say he's getting momentum. I still have confidence in reasonable people who can look at facts, not get emotional, and they're going to make the right decision. And we don't have to listen to that nonsense anymore. So you guys have a great weekend.
Ron, you better be there next Friday. I'm going to be mad at you, man. All right, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on that line, Reese? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show?
Hello?
Hey, caller, how you doing this morning?
I'm wonderful. I have never in my life called a radio station.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel honored that you called us. That means you must be ready to curse me out. What's going on, sister?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't want to take much of your time and bore you. However, I listened to you from over at the other radio station. I followed you here, and I can be honest and say I did not like you. I did not like you. So what?
Dang. So why you follow me if you ain't like me? You woke up to throw rocks at me and
let me just say this.
Go ahead.
Let me say this while you were on the other station, because I didn't like the swap out. And I began to listen to you. I fell in love with you. That's how I followed you over there.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, now, so let me just say this. I'm a poll watcher. I don't want to give my name.
Okay.
Some people may recognize my voice, but I think that this is all optics. I originally had my decision made because I'll be frank, I was voting black. I was voting emotionally. I heard, I think her name is Rosita, one of the school teachers. I think that's her
Rosita
name.
Shatanda.
I can't. Yeah. So I heard her, and it made me step back. And now I'm in the process of doing some research, and I'm just undecided. That's the page I'm on right now. I'm on the undecided page. But in reference to poll watching, the initial race, I'm in an area predominantly Hispanic. The initial race, they flocked in. They're not flocking in now. And I mean, people following Chile, Hispanics. Now, I say it's optics because they want us to believe it's closer than it is. I just don't know. Just looking from my small square, I don't know if it's that close. I think they want us to believe that a BJ is closer than he is. But only time will tell. I'm looking forward to 4-4 because me and my community that I'm in, the space that we're in for all of those hours in the day, just think it's optics. We're not seeing it from our point of view.
Really? You sound like Reese. Reese say the same thing. He say he don't feel like it's this overwhelming wave that's happening. Reese, Reese, you know Reese, he a Republican anyway though, so you got to watch Reese. So, well, thank you so much. First of all, thank you for your call. It means a lot to me that you went from hate to love, and I'm appreciative that you have made the switch. Next Friday is going to be my last show, so I hope that you might join us live.
I know that. I listen every day. I listen every day. I don't know what I'm going to do because I do you were off a couple times. And I switched the dial, and I just can't stomach that cat. So with that being said, I'm going to have to find something else to do in the morning.
Well, you make sure, though, I'm going to come back with a podcast, so you make sure you check out the podcast, okay?
Absolutely. And I'm joining it. What's in it for the black people?
That's what I'm talking about. All right, be on the lookout. I appreciate you, sis. All right, look, y'all. I think there's nobody else on the line, right, Reese? All right, so let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk to candidate for 4th Ward Alderman, Mr. Prentice Butler. Man, I was thinking about Prentice. I knew Prentice from way back when we had the other office, and he was he been there a minute, man. So we're going to talk to him as we continue Open Air Fridays, giving candidates the opportunity to get the word out about their campaign. It is the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
My name is Emma Mitz, Alderwoman of the 37th Ward and chair of the Westside Black Elected Officials. I've represented the West Side on the City Council for over 20 years, and I have one question for Brandon Johnson. Brandon, where have you been? As County Commissioner, you haven't helped organize the community, make our streets safer, or get us the investment we need. That's why I'm supporting Paul Vallis for mayor. Paul will keep schools open after hours and all summer to give kids safe alternative to gang violence. As mayor, Paul will make sure nobody gets left behind in the budget process, reclaiming vacant properties to revitalize the South and West Side and set up low-interest loans to help homeowners and small business to create jobs. The West Side needs a mayor we know will deliver for us. We know Paul Vallis will be a mayor for all of Chicago.
Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my face, 'cause I know it's another day that I gotta face now. For people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show. But I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
keep coming. Working overtime, but my pockets ain't flooding. Yeah, my funds low. Adult life is ghetto.
Why money ain't free?
Why it ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to
Why
me?
can't they just give it to me?
I don't wanna work, but nobody. I'd rather keep you and me.
Why money ain't free? Yeah.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep you and me. Why money ain't free?
Tell me how the money ain't free. Every 5 minutes, kids bothering me. They seem to think that money grows on trees. Always asking for allowance and clean one thing. Sick and tired of my funds being low. Spent the whole bag on the groceries at the store. Got a little something, but I need a little more. And I'm a single mama, you should already know.
Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work, but nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it
Won't
to
you
me?
give it to me?
I don't wanna work, but nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why money ain't free?
Why money ain't free? Yeah, why money ain't free?
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Reese and Ruthie and Ty explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler. It's a little bit past 7 o'clock. And it looks like we are in that time. It is the open air candidate time. And in the building with me is a young man I think I might have met. Gotta be at least 6 years, 7 years ago.
12 years ago.
Was it 12 years? Has it been 12
it's
years?
Been May 16, 2011. I was working for Alderman Burns at that time.
You gotta lean into the mic.
No problem.
So I remember way back in the day, when Alderman Will Burns was the alderman. And you know, Will was a particular kind of guy, right? Yeah. And I remember him saying, if you need to take care of something, call Prentice. And I remember calling Prentice whenever I need to take care of something in the 4th Ward. And then after Will left, then Alderman Sophia King became the alderman. That's and right. I remember talking to Alderman Sophia King, and I was talking to her about trying to get something done. And she said, call Prentice. And I was like, dang. And so now as we get ready to make this new transition, I was saying, who's running in the 4th Ward? And I said, let's call Prentice. So Prentice Butler, welcome to the Mays Jackson Show, man. I think we saw you at our at the candidate forum for the 4th Ward the first time. That was in the primary, in which it was whittled down to 2 candidates, you and your opponent. And so we have offered up this time for black candidates who don't always have the opportunity to get the word out or have a lot of money to get exposure, to talk to constituents and maybe use this as a platform to get their message directly to the black people. So with that in mind, Prentice, welcome to the Mays Jackson Show, and tell us why you're running for 4th Ward Alderman.
Well, first of all, Mays, thank you for having me here on the show.
More than welcome.
The reason why I'm running for this position, because I care about the community I've lived in for most of my life. We have a lot of work that we need to continue, especially when it comes to black businesses in our community.
Okay.
Now, listen, we've been successful with businesses like Brownsville Winery, Virtue. You have Rico Nash with chemistry. You also have Mickey's Retros. You also have other businesses like Ain't Sweet. And then you had Sips and Sabers. So we have a track record of attracting quality businesses in that ward. So I would like to continue that. And also we have a bunch of major development projects in the community. Michael Reese is coming up.
Okay.
We just had a groundbreaking for that this past Wednesday. So that's a big deal.
All right.
Because we advocated for black contractors and black professional services on that project, making sure that affordable housing is on site, 20% on site. We want to make sure there's apprenticeship opportunities for Dunbar High School.
Okay.
And other initiatives. So I'm running to make sure we continue to work that's going to sustain the black community, because right now we're losing people, right?
Okay.
We've lost over 300,000 African Americans in the last 20 years in the city of Chicago.
All right.
And one of the primary reasons is because we're lacking opportunities for members of our community.
All right. So Prentice, man. So I was thinking about this, right? Now, I'm kind of an old school kind of guy. And so here you are, you're the chief of staff for 2 aldermen. In the ward, you have, and typically what people don't recognize is the alderman, and no shade to any alderman because you give them their props, but the reality is for an alderman to be successful, they have to have a good back end, a good back office. There is the idea phase, and then there's the execution phase. And obviously your execution phase for 2 aldermen was superb because they both kept you. They brought one, hired you, kept you, and then when they got a new alderman. And so, like when we see up north, typically when that happens, the old alderman can say, "Hey, let me put my chief of staff in," and there's continuity, and then the community doesn't break up. In this case, you find yourself in a runoff with a super well funded, super well connected state representative who has the backing of not only the party but various entities, interests, etc. Prentice, how do you beat this guy? Like, how do you win? I mean, he got almost over 40% of the vote. How do you? First of all, how did this happen? Right? Like, how did it happen that there wasn't the traditional handoff? Like typically, the alderman will pick their successor. Your alderman decided to run for mayor. Now, so tell me how this all happened, how this all came about, and how did it go from the chief of staff who's been in there to now? It's like kind of, I'm not going to say underdog, but I am going to say it seems like the powers that be are truly against you, even the people you was working with. Help me understand how this works.
All right, so here's the thing. Alderman King has backed me, right?
Okay.
But in this unique situation, you have the alderman, then you have the committee woman.
Right.
Obviously,
who's the committee woman? I don't want to get you in
trouble.
trouble.
The committee woman is Tony Preckwinkle,
okay.
Right? So she's been the committee woman for years.
Okay.
She did not give up that position when Will Burns ascended to that position. It's unusual because in most wards in the city of Chicago, the alderperson and the committee person are just one and the same.
Right.
So in this circumstance, I don't know what's going on with Tony. I've been doing the work for years. Lamont is really not from the area, so you will have to ask her about why she made that decision. But for me, I have the backing all the other candidates.
Okay.
So we're doing a grassroots campaign to make sure that people's voice is being heard, and we're making sure we're getting out the message so we can win this. I think it's a winnable situation. Now, here's the thing. We may not have all the money. I think Lamont had, last time I checked, $600,000 in the
Damn, man, that's a lot of money, dog. That's a lot of grip.
See, you got to be concerned about that. Like, look at the people backing him, right? These special interest groups. So is he really going to be independent? Is he really going to be the voice of the people? No.
So let me ask a question, though.
Yeah.
Is really being the voice, is being independent really how you win at this point in Chicago? Like, I really don't know that. I mean, I know we talk about independence like it's this good thing, but like you independent, then you get kind of cut off and you get whacked. Do you think that with all of that backing that he can bring more resources to the area? And how would you tap into those people to be able to plug the resources in?
Listen, he will have to utilize a lot to make up for the deficit of what he doesn't know.
Okay.
Right? So being in the community and knowing the issues for 12 years, yeah, he's going to need a lot of money to try to find a way to figure things out, right? But for me, day one, I'll be ready. And I know how to work with different groups of people and broad-based coalitions. So I believe once we win this thing, it's going to be okay.
Okay. So tell me where the 4th Ward is.
So just to give you a understanding of the boundaries of the 4th Ward, that is between, on the south side, 53rd Street in Hyde Park, and then Jackson on the north part of the district. The lake on the east, then south of McCormick Place, let's say King Drive, Vincennes, give or take.
Okay.
Then we go up the museum campus. We come down Roosevelt. So we go from the north side of Roosevelt Road to Jackson, and as far west
Roosevelt Jackson, what?
Yes, sir.
That's a lot.
So that happened after the 2nd Ward, the old 2nd Ward, changed its boundaries back in 2012. So both the 3rd and the 4th Ward stretch up beyond 26th Street, which used to be the old border, all the way downtown.
Man, Charlie, that's a lot of area. Now, Prentice, talk to me, man. Who is currently? I know you said you got the other candidates, but you know, one of the other things I wonder about is how do you deal with the influence of the University of Chicago in that ward as well? Because I know that there tends to be sometimes a rub between the university and their desires and the community. How do you manage that?
Listen, I have opportunity to go to school there. I know how to manage them. They're not unbeatable, so to speak.
Okay.
You can work with them and leverage the university to get what the community needs, but you have to hold them accountable.
Okay.
I did that a lot as the Black alumni president for the university. Listen, a lot of Black people that went to school there, they were not happy.
Really?
No, because listen, when you go
how
to
you
school
afford
like that,
University of Chicago, man? What you do? First of all, that's a lot of money, man. Let me back up.
Wait. So here's it. They gave me a lot of scholarship money and a lot of loans, right?
Really?
So I graduated back in 2002. I had about $27,000 in debt
hey, man.
at that time.
Hey, man, you smart then. What high school you go to?
I went to Hales Franciscan High School right there in 49.
Oh, look at you. Yeah. All right. You from the land for real. You from the land for real.
Yeah.
Now, Prentice, you're kind of a subdued dude. You know, you're kind of super low key. Talk to me about how you mix it up in the city council. Did you see the meeting yesterday? That was pretty raucous, right? So how you going to be able to hang in there, man?
Oh, man, yeah. Okay. Absolutely. First and foremost, from the south side, right?
Okay.
So I'm professional when I need to be. If I need to get a little bit more energetic, I'll do it to get things done. Okay. So it's all about making sure you use the energy in the right space. So, yeah, in city council, I've seen it play out for years, the different disagreements. So, yeah, I know how to handle myself.
Tell me about, what would you say is the project that you worked on? What would be the project that you would say you've put the most work in, that you're the proudest of, that you've been in the 12 years that you've been in the ward? Not in the ward, but in the position.
In a position. So we've been working with these townhome associations, one at 4800 South Drexel and 5037 South Drexel.
Okay.
Now, I first became aware of the issues in the complexes when I went to a CAPS meeting back in about 2015, 2016. So this preceded Alderman King.
Okay.
And there was concern about selling drugs in loose squares at one of the vacant units. And then when we started to unravel what was actually going on, we found out, look, there's vacant units in this complex. This is a owner-occupied complex, so it's not rental.
Okay.
So the association had been defunct for years. So we had to find a way, how do we solve for the fact they have vacant properties within this complex? They have drug issues. They have common areas that are in disrepair. So we brought it to the city, Department of Housing. we were able to get resources for it, right? Okay. So now we're at the point we have reorganized both associations. Then we're going to work with neighborhood housing services to rehab the vacant units. The idea is to sell those units, then take the proceeds from the sales to help the association. So we can put in new security cameras and new fencing and then other things they need for the common areas in the complex. The reason why I'm proud of that, we had to build trust with the community. So most people assume we came into the city, you all just want this because you're gentrifying the area, you're trying to use eminent domain, you're trying to take this away from us. So working with those neighbors, we built trust, and now this spring, those 4 units are vacant, at least at 4800 South Drexel, they're going to be rehabbed.
Okay.
So if anybody drives down Drexel Boulevard, you'll see one of the units are burned on that location. It's been burned like that for the last 3 to 4 years. So it's an eyesore, it's been a concern for a long time. I've been door knocking over there lately, so I've been walking through the complex. You see the problems they have. Some of these units have been in disrepair since the 80s, right? So we had to do title searches on more than 30 units to find out who are the current owners and how can we contact them, let them know what we're trying to do. So that kind of work, the hard work we on the ground with the community for years, that's what I'm proud of. Now, yeah, I can point to other things. 4400 Grove, right, where you have Brownsville Winery. That had more than 60% MBE participation, 35% Black, African American, worked on that project. We fought to make sure it was a JV, a joint venture project. So at first, it's only going to be McShane Construction. Then we got Ujama to be involved, so we made it a 60-40 partnership. Now Northwestern's coming to the community too. We have another Black contractor, LB Prime. So I believe Ujama's going to be working on that one, right?
Dad, you can't give Ujama all of it, dog.
We're not giving.
You got to get my man GMA in there or something.
And we want Cornelius to be in there too. We want Nosa to be in there too. Look, all these guys have done phenomenal work, and we believe that if you help these companies scale up, they're going to employ other Black people.
Okay.
And that's going to be good for the community. And the way we feel about it, the way I feel about it, listen, if public dollars in our community are being used to build these complexes, we should keep the money in the community. And we have to make sure we're dogged about following up with these developer teams to find out the actual numbers for each project. Because what they will tell you, oh yeah, well the certified payrolls, don't give me the gobbledygook.
Okay.
Give me the real numbers, how many Black people work on this project. Give us a report out every month about what's happening. Because what happens sometimes, they will hire Black people on these jobs, they will fire them. Mm-hmm. And then before you know it, they are baked into the numbers, but that's not the real numbers of who actually worked on the project. So people like to game the system all the time, so we have to hold them accountable.
All right. Now, tell me what you think your primary job as the alderman is.
So we're connected, right? So a lot of people think aldermen control different departments. We don't. So our job is to make sure if somebody needs help from streets and sanitation, we connect with that department. We deliver those services. If we need somebody for CDOT, we're being connected to that department. So we are amplifier, we're a connector, and we're a voice of the community. That's the role of the alderman.
Look at you, man. All right, man. Prentice. Mm-hmm. Tell me your path to victory, brother. How do you win this thing? With the forces of the powers of the chairman of the Democratic Party, multi-million-dollar developers, the machine, the new machine.
Yeah.
How do you overcome this to get to victory?
All right, so the first strategy was to unify with all the other candidates. I meant we have worked with Ebony Lucas, Tracy Bay, Dr. Helen West, Kahari Humphreys, Paul Pearson. All these people are now supporting me.
Okay.
So those combined votes we had was 54%, right?
Okay.
So we're able to hold that coalition and bring out our voters. There's a path to victory.
Okay.
A lot of people are asking the question, who is Lamont? Where's he coming from right now, right?
Okay.
He refuses to be in these debates. We've had 2 debates. One debate in the South Loop, he came and read an opening statement, then left, claimed he had business in Springfield, then had the rest of his answers read by one of the organizers of that debate. Meanwhile, he's having a conversation in the hallway of the debate for about 25 minutes, right? Then the next debate with NAACP this Saturday morning, he didn't show up. So there's been a blatant kind of disrespect for the community when it comes to making sure he's out there articulating his ideas. If you want to be alderman in this community, you need to be accessible. If you're not, I guarantee you when you're in office, it's not going to get easier for you.
All right. I want you to look into that camera right there.
Okay.
I want you to tell them who you are, why they should vote for you. And this is your closing statement, so you got an opportunity to close. You got 1 minute.
Absolutely. So everyone, I'm running because I want to continue the work I've been doing for the last 12 years in terms of helping the community. This is something I'm passionate about. I'm not a career politician. I've worked in government for a while. I know how things are done, but I want to make sure we're lifting up our people. Right now, we're dealing with the opposition. This is about money and special interests. They're simply trying to take over the war because there's a lot of money to be made. And we can't let this war become part of the machine. We can't. It's up to us to make sure the voice of the people is heard and that we continue to be an independent ward. We have a great diversity socioeconomically in the ward and also racially. We've had a great track record of black businesses and also black leadership in this community. It's up to us to make sure we keep it independent. Don't let somebody that is not from the community and has not agreed to participate in open forums get your vote. They're simply trying to pay for your vote and advocate for things or saying things that are not true, like save Mercy Hospital. Folks, I'm going to let you know, Mr. Robinson did not save Mercy Hospital. That's a farce. If you want to give credit to anybody, I would say Lagenia Burns and Coco. They had a large part in advocating for the hospital. And there were many elected officials that were involved in that conversation. And the real question you have to ask yourself as a leader, any leader, what did they really do to save Mercy Hospital? Did they guarantee funds and subsidies to make sure the hospital is thriving? Is the hospital today the same as it was before this all happened? It is not. It is not providing the same service that they had previously, right? So we have to ask some hard questions, and don't be fooled by politicians that will flood your inboxes with a bunch of mailers paid for by a lot of the special interest groups that are supporting him. So let's don't fall for the okie-doke. Let's make sure we vote for somebody that's real, that's about the community, that is going to be accessible and accountable to the community.
Tell them your name. Tell them your punch number.
Sorry about that. Prentice Butler, and the punch number is 57. And you can find my website at Prentice 4 Ward. That's PRENTICE, the number 4, war.vote. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and like I said, the website, all the same handle.
And Reese over there trying to get you to do the funny little hand thing y'all do.
Oh, of course, because, we alphas, so we got to hold it high always.
All right.
That's right.
Let me help y'all out, man. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show.
Yeah.
This is Prentice Butler. He is candidate for 4th Ward Alderman. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Y'all get out there. Make sure you vote. Early vote. I seen the 4th Ward. Y'all still ain't in the top 10 these days, man. Y'all done felt like the black people ain't coming the way they used to come. But that's because 300,000 of us have left, as you pointed out. Mm-hmm. Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. Hey, we got to get you with Dr. Audrey after this because she got a lot of issues on Mercy Hospital, too. But we're going to talk about it at a different time. We'll be back after these messages. We're talking city council. City council. We'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
My name is Cassandra J. Your candidate for village trustee of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 30 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On April 4th, vote for me, Cassandra J. Mass, for your Olympia Fields Village Trustee. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Mass.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I am one of you. Chicago afforded me the opportunity to become a successful businessman. Our children deserve the same chance. I am supporting Paul Valor for mayor. We have a public safety crisis. Paul will support our police and not defund them. He will provide the leadership to make our city safer. He will ensure equity for every neighborhood and expand economic development. He will support minority-owned businesses and hold the line on taxes. He will utilize his best effort to bring us all together. We have been divided for too long. I know Paul, and he is the right leader for this moment. He will be the mayor for all of Chicago. So please, vote Paul Vallis for mayor.
Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
cause I'm lit. Can't nobody question I'm legit. I've been on the move. Make it do what it do. Ain't got nothing to prove. Redefining the cool, hey. I don't keep my drama or my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Hey, sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. What you got? And they say you get it, your haters get mad.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I love that bass line with doom, 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 doom. I like that. I wonder is that Steve Stone Huff. I don't know who it was, but I'm telling you, that was off the chain. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. That was Prentice Butler. He is candidate for Alderman in the 4th Ward. He got a long slog, man. Hey, Reese, Lamont Robinson had 44% of the vote. So he got to get 6 points. It's going to be interesting to see. Tony Preckwinkle. So, you know, one of the things I want to just make sure that we're clear about is for those of us that, you know, like I love the concept of the debate, but the Rose Garden strategy is a proven strategy. If you are dominant, there's nothing for you to do to if you got 40 and he got 20, there's no reason for you to go to a debate. Because he gets to take free wax. Like, you just got to work on finding that other 4 or 6 or 8% that you need to win. You don't need to go into most of those territories and go in and have somebody. It might be a chance for you to stumble. Reese, if you can avoid a stumble, right? Why go somewhere where you know that the person is all they're gonna do is take shots? I'm not debating. I'm not saying that the debates don't make sense, but I'm saying, like, when you're a dominant front runner or you are a sitting incumbent, most of them are not going to go to debates because there's no need. They can usually go to the organization and have a one-on-one conversation with the organization. So why do I need to share the stage with you? Right? And you heard him say that the moderator of the debate read his answers. Well, how did they have the questions to know the answers to? Because they was already on the team. Because and so we understand the Tony Preckwinkle piece. She didn't give it up because she's the chairman of the Cook County Democrats. So she needed to keep the seat to be able to be a committeeman to be at the meeting, right? Can't be the chairman of the committeeman if you ain't a committeeman. Got it? Got it. Now I'm gone. All right. That stated, I do like Prentice. I've known him as a young person. I started to ask him if Lamont tried to hire him, would he take the spot and stay in his space? You know, be a loyal. So I mean, he's been loyal, and he loves the ward, like the work that you do as a chief of staff. But that's a whole nother story. A whole lot more to go. All right. Reese, yesterday, city council. The members of the city council yesterday passed two very controversial resolutions to reorganize themselves. It was their attempt to preempt the new mayor from cutting anyone and cutting them out. Now, yesterday's city council was fireworks. I mean, Reese, people was putting on the show, and if I had time, I would go and play all the clips of it, and maybe I'll come back to that. But there were three very important clips that I thought you and we, as black people, should see, because it was an example of our political naivete. It was an example of no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. And then I want to introduce you to probably the new king of the green team. All of that happened yesterday. And I think you all should pay attention. So David Moore had a fireworks. Alderman Anthony Beale had fireworks. Nick Spazzato, Alderman Brendan Riley walked up on Alderman Nick Spazzato, and Nick Spazzato was in a wheelchair, dog. I was like, wait a minute, it got that hot? Reese, you can't walk up on nobody in a wheelchair. And some of the dudes I know in a wheelchair, though, if they get their hands on you, you done. Cause they can get a hold of you because they got upper body strength out this world. Right? But anyway, it was so many fireworks. For the people who were talking about Anthony Beale, who has the second highest, and didn't understand why Anthony Beale got left out, the reality is, and it's Reese, when you go against the mob, imagine Reese. Let's take it to the Italians. So say it's a boss and it's an underboss, and you as the underboss try to take over the family and you lose. You don't get killed, but you lose. When they cut up the pie, you don't get no pie. And so it was like one of the things that I think people didn't understand was while Anthony Beale did call for independence in the city council and was the first one, he didn't have the backing of his group. And when he didn't get his way, he went against the group. And then when the group finally came together around his idea, he was left out because he jumped early. You can't, so it's like he called the process corrupt. And then so at the point in which you call the process corrupt, you can't get a committeemanship. So it's like there was a lot to be learned in that. And I just feel like I'm not dissing Alderman Beale, but I think y'all got to understand that it's like if the family makes a move and you say I'm against the family and you spend 9 months or 3 years going against the family, then when the family come together to cut up and to have a family reunion, and they passing out the barbecue ribs, you're not getting no ribs, cuz. You're just not. But I thought it was important because, and I'm going to play Alderman, so I'm going to play 3 clips. Then I might play the rest of them depending on how the show goes. Open up the phone lines too. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It seemed like a lot of people was like snapping on the city council. So I was like, y'all mad at them for organizing this because you want them to stay a rubber stamp or you don't. Now, the big debate was, should they wait until the new elected officials get sworn in to have this vote for independence and chop up the committees? So you also know they went from 19 committees to 28 committees so that all the people that they needed to get to vote for them would be on board. Now, there's 3 clips I want you to see. The 2 most important clips are Alderman Sophia King and Alderman Maria Haddon. Okay? Then I want you, I'm not going to play them in that order. And then I want you to hear from Marty Quinn because I think we see who is, with Ed Burke gone, I think that this is the guy now for the white guys. So I'm going to introduce you to him in these clips. But Reese, I got to switch over from my phone. Phone lines are still open. Ooh. And we are going to play clips from City Council yesterday. Woo. And kind of crazy for the mayor, Reese. I don't know if I would even went to work if I was the mayor, but that's a whole nother story. All right, Reese, here we go. Ready? I think I got the volume up. Here we go. This is Alderman Sophia King yesterday in City Council. Remember, I think the 2 most important clips to hear are Sophia King and Maria Haddon. All right? Pay attention to them.
The chair recognizes Alderman King.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. I appreciate the time to address my colleagues. I do agree that, presiding over this is a little bit ironic because, throughout the 4 years, an independent counsel is not what you were advocating on behalf of. Progress by any means is not progress.
Progress by any means
is super important. Process is very important. A runaround on the process is definitely not progressive. I agree with my colleague, Alderman Moore. As he said, it's not democratic either. And I am super ashamed of members of the Progressive Caucus who are progressive when they want to be, who are teaming up on behalf of folks who haven't been talking about an independent counsel so that they can have power. For power's sake. 28 committees. We just got 19 or 20, and that was too much. But so that you can have the votes to do what you've been talking about and talking against over the last 4 years, so you can be progressive when you want to be, call out progressives when you want to. I'm ashamed. I'm not saying that the body shouldn't be independent. We've had that power forever. Had the power when Mayor tried to oust me. We've always had that power, but it's about the process. And this is a jacked up process, and you all know it. And again, to my progressive colleagues signing on, I reminded Alderman Haddon that her predecessor was the chair of progressivism before he got a committee. And then he wasn't anymore. So what? Power corrupts? Absolutely. Is that it? The process. Let's have an independent counsel, but let's talk about how it should run. Let's talk about what it should be so that we can effectively govern in this city. And 28 committees is not it. Backroom deals so that you can get the votes is not it.
That is it, Reese. Don't listen to her.
This is not a democratic process, and I urge my colleagues to stand up against this. Let's do it right. We could do it right. You could be independent.
Let's just do it.
You always had that ability. But now, for whatever reason, it's good for you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Can pause right there. Reese, and as we learn to lobby, okay, when you have the votes, you call the ordinance. All of the rest of that is emotion. You're trying to get to your objective. Now, what I want you to understand is Alderman King was standing on her ideals and principles, right? We are progressives. So she was standing on principle, right? She was permanent friends. That was the permanent friends plea. Okay? Now we're going to listen to Alderman Marty Quinn, who I want y'all to see. I think this was the moment in which he assumed the crown of the Green King of the Green Team in City Council. Here we go.
The chair recognizes Alderman Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President.
I rise in support of this collaborative initiative to make the Chicago City.
Hold on, just so you know, that is like Madigan's top general. Tip top as far as the political side, right? Now, he is not under investigation. He's not under. And so what you are seeing right now, in my estimation, is the reestablishment of the pecking order. Remember, Patrick Daley Thompson, who was the Daily, is no longer there. Ed Burke is no longer there. Brendan Riley, who is there, was probably not as respected as Marty Quinn, who is now probably the chief of the Green team. Okay? So I want you to listen, because he actually takes the side, in my estimation, of laying down why we are boldly going to take this move as a part of this movement. Pay attention to Marty Quinn, as in my opinion, he ascends to the king of the Green team, at least in city council.
Council, an independent, co-equal branch of government. I'm proud to be a part of this historic day. It was a long time in the making, but we found the right moment. We came together and seized it. Without the collaboration of most of our colleagues, this could not have happened. We came together as a council in a way we haven't seen in a long time. We came up with a fair and equitable plan that could create the most diverse council leadership and structure in Chicago history. There are a lot of people who never thought we were able to pull this off. I'm happy that we proved them wrong. We proved them wrong because this is our moment.
This is our moment.
Ask yourself this: if this isn't the right time, then when? When a new mayor enters this building, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be too late.
I just also want to point out, right, this separation of power is kind of, think about city council and think about the governor's office. Think about where Marty Quinn comes from, right? If they can make the city council a separate unit of government that is independent from the mayor, right? Now they've got a whole bunch of power. Now in this space too, pay attention, because Quinn's committee controls executive appointments. What does that mean? That anybody that the mayor wants to hire has to go through him and his committee. What does that mean, Reese? What that means is if the mayor, the new mayor, any mayor comes through and they want to get their police chief, their head of streets and sand, any of them approved, they have to come to my committee, which means that next to the mayor, who is the most second important person to your sustaining your job? Me. Control the jobs. I want y'all to understand what is happening here. And there's no shade, but it is a real power play, and you must listen to his speech.
We all know that.
Let me take you back.
We will have missed our chance.
City
Seized it.
had that ability.
Seized it.
The chair recognizes Alderman Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support of this collaborative initiative to make the Chicago City Council an independent, co-equal branch of government. I'm proud to be a part of this historic day. It was a long time in the making, but we found the right moment. We came together and seized it. Without the collaboration of most of our colleagues, this could not have happened. We came together as a council in a way we haven't seen in a long time. We came up with a fair and equitable plan that could create the most diverse council leadership and structure in Chicago history.
Equitable, diverse.
There are a lot of people who never thought we were able to pull this off. I'm happy that we proved them wrong. We proved them wrong because this is our moment. Ask yourself this: if this isn't the right time, then when? When a new mayor enters this building, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be too late. And we all know that.
The evolution of an orator.
We will have missed our chance. Whoever the new mayor is will have their own competing ordinance to challenge this within the next six weeks. You could almost guarantee it. So let's move forward. Let's build on an open dialogue and transparent process that got us here today. Let's secure the many positive results that will come from working as an independent council. Enacting this change will ensure there isn't just one voice speaking for our entire city. Our new mayor, whoever he may be, will have to interact and engage with each and every one of us. And all of us will be stronger in the work that we want to do for the people of Chicago. This is truly historic. It's a major change for the better. I hope my colleagues will join me in making sure our voices and our priorities are heard with a strong and independent council. Thank you.
And then here's the last
The chair
one.
recognizes.
Hold on. Now, so I want you to juxtapose Alderman King. What's the statement? No permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interests. Alderman King was talking about permanent friends. I want you to listen to Alderman Haddon, who was part of the Progressive Caucus, who crossed Alderman King, who's the chair of Progressive Caucus, but it was not because of friendship. It was because of interest. Listen to now Alderman Maria Haddon.
After the next independent, after from now, but certainly today is not the time. Thank you.
Very unique position, though my 20 years
from now, but certainly today is not the time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Here we go. Listen.
Thank you, Alderman. The chair
Permanent
recognizes,
interests.
Alderwoman Haddon.
Thank you, Madam President. I really appreciate the discussion that we're having today. I'm supporting this, and to be clear, I'd support it if I didn't have a chair and there were fewer committees. I didn't support it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, though I really liked the idea. I ran for council and my community sent me here because one of my goals was council independence. You guys know I'm not from Chicago, though my 20-year anniversary is next year, so I expect some kind of past the 20-year mark, I hope. Chicago City Council hasn't been independent for a very long time. And so I very much respect and appreciate the comments of a lot of the colleagues who aren't
Sophia
supporting
King.
this because you don't think it's the right way. I appreciate that. And I think that the real variety of differences of opinions and positions that we're hearing today is actually one of the reasons why this is going to work. We're independent. Chicago is diverse, our opinions are diverse, and we're in a very unique position where no matter who you're supporting for mayor, we've got a flawed election system. We should be doing ranked choice voting, right? But we're being pushed into using the system that we've got. I agree with my colleague, Alderman Quinn. We wouldn't be able to do this after the mayoral election. We just wouldn't. And for those of my colleagues here saying and wishing and hoping that we would be good enough to do that, I appreciate the idealism. And the optimism, but you know it would not happen. The mayor, the office of the mayor holds so much power and has held so much power. I studied this in school. I wrote like a whole graduate paper on corruption in Illinois and Chicago government. And the dynamics of a city council that has all the imbued authority on paper to do this, but for some reason never does it. To sit through here, so, you know, Jeanette and Byron, to sit here for almost 4 years and watch people strive for independence and to have so many of my more senior colleagues not support it, right, is challenging. And it's complicated. It's not just because they're with the mayor. It's not just because of whatever. Being in this body has taught me a lot about the complexity of people's decisions. But one of the reasons I'm supporting this is because However the effort started, it's ended in probably the best way possible. There are some people who say they've been excluded. They haven't been excluded. Unfortunately, people have to agree with you in order for you to get what you want. And if you can't work with others to find some general agreement, you're not going to get what you want. And that is just the way a legislative body works. And it is messy because democracy is messy. It just is. I hope we have enough votes to pass this. I believe we do. And one of the things that I really hope for us, where maybe I'm being a bit idealistic, is that this also lasts beyond April 4th. That's going to be our real challenge, right? We're coming together now because there is a little bit of space for us to be independent. This council, not just the people sitting in this body now, but this council over decades has not been able to be independent because it hasn't had enough will. Because of these unique circumstances, an outgoing mayor, a mayor-elect not yet decided, two very different candidates, this is a very unique opportunity. And so I appreciate our friends from the League of Women Voters, from BGA, from my colleagues who feel like this isn't the right way.
Appreciate you.
Most of what we do here is done in an imperfect way. We don't get to wait until we have the exact right conditions. We don't get to do things to perfection. And that is a challenging thing about being in this body and operating in a democracy. But I appreciate our colleagues who started this conversation. I appreciate our colleagues who fought to be part of the conversation. And I appreciate people expressing their opinions. And I hope that we can continue this spirit of open deliberation, of respecting each other's differences as we move forward, because this is the work and these are the challenges we're going to have to face moving forward. So thank you, Madam President.
She basically
Chair
said.
recognizes Alderman Lopez.
We're going to stop it right there. So did y'all get the difference between her and Sophia King? Sophia King said, guys, we're all together. We're progressive. And we should wait and do the right thing. That's friends. That's permanent friends. Alderman Haddon was, I'm sorry you don't like that. I'm sorry that it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. But we have been here for independence, and this is our opportunity, so we're going to take it. Permanent interests. See the difference? Permanent friends, which she didn't have. But Alderman Haddon was clear about her interests, which was the move to independence. See, you really gotta understand how we've been bred. This goes back to what I was talking about yesterday and being eunuchs. Alderman Haddon's crew are warriors, right? They've been fighting. They like kick ass and take names. So what you saw was all of the other Latino, not Alderman Taylor, not the ones that oppose, but the other quote unquote progressives, the other Democratic socialists, they teamed up with the Green Team and the Black Caucus to get the spots. So now they all got committees, whether they agree or not. For those of you that are saying that it was a corrupt process because Alderman Bill got left out, clearly you didn't hear Alderman Haddon say, Femo, if you sit out, if you throw rocks while we planning and we get the votes together and we line up 28 votes and you've been busy trying to block the 28 votes, do you think we finna stop and say, oh, now that we got the votes, we supposed to open up the door and say, you done called us all corrupt? Now you want to talk? If you call me corrupt, why would I even entertain you? This is part of our problem as black people when I say you can't disrespect somebody and then expect for them to be like, oh, you done called me. If you call me a slave, fam, that lasts longer than the election. Our lack of sophistication in politics was on display. You thought that you had a friend when realistically, fam, it's like what you should see there is what I've been telling you about this mayor's race. You've been sitting in my meeting. We've been all progressive all of this time. And when the time came to strike, guess what you did? F that progressive, F that black girl magic. I'm taking my shot. She was black, wasn't she? Call into the show. Now, here's the deal. This politics, right? Reese, why would I slow down my process to give you a chance to beat it? So hold up, slow down. So I can take a week to find other people and pick off. If they got 28 or 32 votes, I'm going to find a way to pick them off. Is that David Moore? Call in, Alderman Moore. Because there were black aldermen who stood up and said, wait for the process. But the reality is, fam, you got the votes, you got to go. Again, I know it don't sound fair, but family, if I'm trying to get something done, I'm trying to get it done. And I got the votes. I got 26. I got 28. Let's roll, fam. The moment you got it, because guess what, Reese? You watch this. If you watch all of the pieces, people were trying to decide whether they was going to stay or whether they was going to go. Let's open up the phone lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Caller, you're on the Mace Jackson Show. Hold on. I got to switch you, caller. Hold on. I think we got we done woke up the beast. Hold on, let me see. I hope this ain't one of these daggone Simeon Wolverines. Because, the Simeon Wolverines be acting up in the morning when they be calling. You can't keep them in the box. Anyway, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, you there?
How you doing, Mace?
I hope I knew it was one of them damn Simeon Wolverines. What's going on, Alderman Moore? How you feeling this morning, man?
I'm doing great, Mace. Thank you so much, man, and thank you for that breakdown. Let me just, first of all, tell the people, you are absolutely 100% right and on point with your analysis and what you did. But what I want to also reiterate, Mace, and we've talked about this and we've seen this over and over again, what's in it for the black people? When you got the top black people who can have the committees and got the votes to do it, and we could have brought on 6 votes, more votes, 8 more votes, 9 more votes, we sold out. We're the only people that there's no way, Maze, for a fact. So as you just told all the truth there about the politics of that, then there's the side of black people always giving in when they don't have to. Let there have been white or 20 Latino people who had the top spots for committees, they would have not given up that position, and they showed it with the remap, Maze. We only they fought us to the end. So you got to fight to the end. And guess what? Alderman Nick Sposato, and
I'm gonna play
Alderman Raymond Lopez agreed with us. So we already had more, and that was others that agreed with us, Maze. In other words, I just got to make it clear to let you know, Maze, we compromised our power, black power. The political stuff, you were right on track with, Maze. I'm not debating you on that.
Okay.
But we did not have to give up our black political power. That's all I'm saying to this, Maze.
How did we give up?
And
so tell me, explain that for me, Alderman. What black political power did we give up? Just explain it for the audience.
So the majority of the senior aldermen would have been in the top 5, 6, maybe definitely the top 5 or 6 position of the committees. We went in with a weakness, our leadership, saying instead of us fighting, we went in saying, well, we're going to make sure we got to collaborate and give the whites and the Latinos and all these people that when they got their power, they do not say, let's go see the black people first. That's a fact, Maze. I've seen it. And there lies the problem, Maze.
So who handled negotiations?
Pardon me?
Who handled the negotiations?
The chairman of but here it is. It was all split. So in our meeting, when we first started this, and when we had our first caucus meeting, I raised the concern about us being independent. Okay. Our chair then said, well, if we're going to take that move, we have to go talk. We're going to need some other votes. Okay. Yes, we're going to need some other votes because only 20 of us. Now you go back and have that conversation. Then you come back and say, okay, they're willing to talk about being independent. Now, what do we want to do? That did not happen, Mays. Deals went to being cut already, and then established being made for people to keep their own seats instead of looking at the black population and the black leadership as a whole. They just went in and created their own seats, and they got their people. And like you just said, they ran with the votes because it was in their interest. So the politics, like you say, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interests. And there are people who voted against black empowerment. That's what that vote was against. And that's all I'm saying, Mays.
Okay.
So I understand the politics, and I'll tell you that I didn't get in government for politics. I got into it to do service and the right thing because it's this politics stuff that's kept us negative in every economic indicator. You can applaud this type of politics, but we as black people can't keep losing with this type of politics, and I would never be a part of that.
Okay.
Cannot.
So this is my thing. So I gotta say, thank you. First of all, thank you, Alderman Moore, for the insight. I think we can't. The challenge is we can't separate government and politics. Now, if you're gonna be the elected person, then you can't separate government and politics because you got to do politics to get elected to do the service. Now, if you're a staffer, that's a whole different scenario. So, Alderman, I guess my question is, how did they get to the 20? There's 28 committees. So, if there's 28 committees,
Go ahead,
if there's 28 committees, and there's 20 black aldermen, right? Approximately, am I right? 20. There's 28 committees.
Yes.
There's 20 black aldermen. So you had to go get 8 votes. So do you get the 8 votes by giving? How would you have proposed that they would have kept the power? As would be my question.
That's right. So you already got your 20. Now you need your other 8. You had Nick Sposato. You had already Raymond Lopez. Then you had Marty Quinn. Oh, Marty Quinn, like you just said, one of his things. Then you would have gotten the other 3. You needed 8.
You needed 8 though. So you got 20 on the Black Caucus. Now you got to go pick up 8 votes.
But you didn't have those conversations. There was more we could have brought on without even having 28 committees. We could have had subcommittees. These people concerned about money and people, not the number of committees. You can have subcommittee chairs and pick people in leadership of those subcommittee chairs. Now you're talking about 28 committees, Mays, in which you could potentially be in 28 committees for a whole month. We do not want everybody want to compare us to New York and everything else. New York, all they do is legislate. They do not have the social ills that we have in our communities. They do not have what we have to fight for public safety to make sure our garbage is picked up in our community. So who's going to be sitting in 28 committees for a whole month and you never serving the people of your community?
So I'm gonna say this, and I said that the reason that people was trying to get the committees is because they really want more staff and they want a budget, right? And that staff and that budget, and they probably could have just gave everybody else. What I will be interested to see, Alderman,
another person.
Well, everybody should have got extra people, right? I think if you would have given everybody extra people, then they would have probably achieved the same goal. But I do think that this is only the first step, because I was going to say there's probably no way that if Paul Vallis gets elected, he's going to leave Anthony Beale out. He's going to leave Alderman Hopkins out. And my guess is, as the alderman said, there will be competing ordinance to change that by the new mayor, depending on who is the new mayor, if they have that skill set. And so I think there's more to come with this. But Alderman, I got to tell you, it was more to come. It was great to watch this thing unfold. yesterday, because the one thing I did think was so many people say they don't want a rubber stamp city council, and so they didn't get one. And then now it's like people arguing for a rubber stamp city council. Alderman, I appreciate you always calling in and getting us straight, making sure we understand what's going on. I saw you firecracking. I was waiting for you to hit us with a what's in it for the black people. If you would have put that in, I would have dropped your clip too. Anyway, I appreciate.
No, I did. You just didn't catch it because that was part of it. I did say it because it's about those committees. There's no way you got seniority at the top level of most black people that any other ethnic group would have given that up. That is all I'm saying, Mays.
Okay.
Black people lost out on this.
Dang, Alderman. See, man, you done took the air out of my cool. I thought I had a cool story. Now you done took the air out of it. But I appreciate you, Alderman.
All right.
Hey, man, you got you coming out tomorrow night? I mean, tomorrow, we got the day party. I hope you'll make it, man. Love to see you. You ain't got no race, no way. So come on through and we don't drink, but you come on by and hang out with your
day
boy.
Party?
Yeah, day party.
If it's during the day.
Yeah, daytime. So
because
we too old.
During the day, no.
Oh, we going till 10.
We out here working.
We going till 10.
Oh, till 10.
Yo, it's going till 10.
All
you
right.
better come on through, man. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, y'all. This is the Mays Jackson Show. Oh, and we got the applications ready, too, so we ready for you. All right, y'all. It's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Anybody else on that line? All right, let's hang up, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about water bills. Does it really matter? It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back. After these messages, I still like what the Alderman did yesterday, just so we clear. I do. I mean, I understand. I feel like if you know how to work your committee, then you know how to work your committee. You got to know how to do it. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back. Maybe we won't. Maybe we got to stay. Maybe Reese got the button. Maybe he don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Ever had. I know I was there. My name is Dr. Joyce Kenner, former principal of Whitney M. Young Magnet High School. Paul Vallis made a tremendous difference in the lives of our students. He built schools on the South and West Side and awarded a majority of contracts to minority and women-owned businesses. Test scores for math and reading under his leadership went up. I trust Paul Vallis to deliver as mayor.
Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said. Mayor Lightfoot,
Man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. And Reese, DJ Riis, DJ Riis. Y'all want to see just a little bit more of that press? Y'all want to see a little bit more of the city council? Y'all want to see? We should we? Let me see if I got. Let me see if we can find. Let's see if we can find my boy Nick Spazzato. All right, ready? Here we go.
First, I don't like to call people out by name.
Hold on. I gotta tell y'all, one of my favorite aldermen in the city council is Alderman Nick Spazzato. Y'all might call him all types of names, but he is one of the straightest shooters. Here we go, Reese. Turn me up on the microphone. I mean on the computer.
But I'm going to call out 4 people by name. And you 4 were awesome, what you said.
Thank you, Madam President. For committees to operate, to support this.
Yes, for discussion on this, but this is not something I could support. 28 committees. Well, first of all, I couldn't sleep the last 2 nights about this because I'm going to end up making enemies over here with some friends. And some people that maybe weren't friends of mine are going to become friends of mine. And I may end up being an outcast. I may end up losing the committee that I have. I'm one of the 28 people. I'm probably the only one of the 28 that's going to speak out against this. But my integrity is too important to me. First of all, 28 committees is way too many. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We have 3 committees that probably met 5 times in the last 4 years. Now we're going to add another 10. I mean, I would hope they could meet regularly, and I have faith in a lot of people that are on some of these committees, and it's nothing against them, but I just think 28 committees is way too many. I certainly agree that we need some extra staffers, and I would easily support everybody gets a 4th staffer, because I know the challenges we have in our offices, especially for those of us that didn't close our office for a year. You know, We need employees. We're busy. Some of us have very, very busy offices and you know, so, but some of the questions were, why today? And I agree with that. Why today? Why not next week? Why not May 16th? Why do we have to do this now? To me, it's an insult to the incoming aldermen that have no say. I know some of them I saw back here. I know you don't really know what's going on. I think you're put in a really bad spot. But you should have some say about this lineup. And if you did your homework, then it would be an educated decision you would have. I certainly support independence. I believe over my last 12 years, I don't think many people could stand up to me with independence or voting no or standing up for what they thought was right. So, you know, I'm just baffled by this. I just don't understand. I know some people say it wasn't hurried. Some say it was hurried. I'm not sure. I want to keep what I have. I have 3 employees that I don't want to have to kick them to the curb, but I'm going to roll the dice on this. Can't support this. I do support discussion. I could support it, you know, next Thursday. I could support it May 16th. But this is as wrong could be. And, you know, we have 3 people that we're giving committees to over here that are in runoffs. We don't even know if they're going to be here or not. How ridiculous is that? I hope you all win. You're all friends of mine, but I hope you all win, but we don't know what's going to happen.
I love Nick
I'm just baffled. I'm embarrassed. I cannot support this. I'm not telling you all what to do, but I will not be supporting this. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Alderman Sposato. The chair recognizes Alderman Sadlowski Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I want y'all to let y'all hear a little bit of this.
This is really difficult for me because I am absolutely in favor of an independent council. I think that's really, really important. And I'm glad that people are waking up to our
Alderman.
There's a fight going on back there.
Please.
The Alderman Sposato, who's in a wheelchair, and Alderman Brendan Riley are getting into it. But they cut it because we watching the city council version. So let me see if I can find you. Here's another one for you, Reese. You ready?
I know what it's like to be a.
I just can wait until
She voted for it, though. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Alderwoman. The chair recognizes Alderwoman Taylor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I know what it's like to be a freshman in this council and not kind of understand what's going on in the room. And while I would never want anybody to be excluded, that's the reason why I became an alder person. I was an organizer, I still am. And I love that job because at least the people that you work with ain't fake and phony and won't smile in your face and then go make a deal behind your back. So for me, why couldn't we wait 5 days? We've been begging to be independent since I got here and it ain't happened. And so it's funny to me that now we're changing administration and people have grew some balls. What was y'all at when we was trying to vote for things to make sure that homelessness, we could help these 60,000 homeless people that live in our wards? I'm away. What was y'all at when we was voting on marijuana to make sure that the people who are actually impacted and put in jail because of it, we made sure we take care of them. We didn't do that. And so now all of a sudden there's this urgency for us to be independent. Yeah, we could do it in 7 days. This is wrong on every level for us not to respect the people that are running. How many of y'all
Her squad went against her, though.
I have, my first term, and it's hard. It's not easy.
I just want to point out that she is with the squad. Her squad went against her. The Democratic Socialists, she was friends. They said permanent interest. No problem.
But to go another month and a half and be in a race and then come back and told this is what the deal is not fair to our new coworkers. And we should not be doing this. The thought that Anthony Beal is the second member who's been here the longest and he was excluded says what we think about our coworkers and what we think about seniority, and it's wrong. It's wrong on all levels. And
speaking out against this goes against what some of my coworkers think, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. We make decisions all the time, but we got to remember what we do in this council affects those people that we're paid to represent, and I think we forget that. It ain't about us. We got to take us out of the equation and make sure we're taking care of the people. We haven't had an opportunity to have a real conversation about this, and I'm going to be honest, because some of y'all won't. Some of those folks who were sitting in these committees, I don't trust as far as I can see them, because you ain't did nothing all these 4 years I've been here to show me that I trust you. I got coworkers that I never even speak to or never speak to me, but now we going to be independent. Save that for when we start on May 16th. Let me see where y'all independence is then, because no matter who sits in that seat, we got to remember it's 50 of us. 34 votes makes it what, veto proof? Come on. Now, I'm not a political person. I never wanted to get in politics. This was not my dream. My dream was to have the Mega Million numbers or a rich husband. I'll take either. But right now, at this point, us being right by the people in our community is what we should do. Anthony Beal is absolutely right. He has asked for us to have some independence from the very beginning. And I don't know how long he was asking for it before I got here, but literally all these last 4 years, he's asked for us to have it. And this is not us against the administration. This is about us making sure that we have clarity on our side. Nobody said a word. Wasn't a peep up in here. It got voted down every time because I guess it was about who the messenger was and not the actual message.
That's real, though.
If we're going to truly be different, 7 days ain't going to hurt us, y'all. It's not going to hurt us. This is the right thing to do. I'm going to say that again. It is absolutely right for us to want to organize us, as we should. But what I don't want to see is no matter who in that seat, y'all start doing what y'all always do. So let's keep it real. Y'all go make back deals. We all go talk and see what we can get for ourselves. And that is why we are a city that's in chaos, because we make it about us. Y'all know y'all paid to represent people. That's what you paid for. Y'all understand that? Them checks that y'all get every 2 weeks, this free dental that we get, this health insurance, it comes from the people, and we've ignored them for the most part. We got to stop doing that, or y'all ain't going to be satisfied. So equity ain't enough. People gonna want revenge, and rightfully so. We gotta do better. And I don't care if my coworkers leaving. They got a right to speak until May 16th or 15th, whenever it is. They should be able to weigh in and have a conversation too. People decide not to be on this council. I can't blame them. It's been a circus for 4 years, and we all look like clowns doing this. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Right, that was Alderman Taylor. Anyway, when you got the votes, you roll. In case you didn't know, yesterday the vote passed. I think it was 32-8. I don't have it in front of me, but it did pass. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. I do want to talk about this water bill. I do think there's a dynamic. There's two different dynamics, and we should talk about it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because then we got to get to our Tell Me Something Good. Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. We'll be back in like a hot second. A hot one. We'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mays said. We out of here. Peace.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things, what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Well, since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over, stop making a fool
won't you come on over there? You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler. Hey, Reese, an example of old politics versus new. Yesterday, it was reported in Capitol Facts that mayoral candidate Brandon Johnson had not paid a significant number of city fees and fines. It's interesting because, Reese, back in the day, that would be one of the first things that people check in your opposition research, right? Then the other thing they would do is do a credit check, right? And they check to see if you paid your bills, if you closed your businesses, any of those certain things. And then, Reese, they would turn into campaign fodder. I was thinking about this yesterday when I heard about it. People were hitting me up like, yo, did you see this? Did you see this? And I was like, you know what? To black people, not paying a bill or not paying some bills, maybe black people don't mind not paying bills. I know not a bill absconder, but a bill, I haven't always paid my bills on time. So I was thinking, like, why does anybody, like, is this a big deal or not? But then, Reese, I saw it reported. First it started on the blog. Then the next thing I know, it was on the news. So I'm going to play this clip, and I want to know, does this make a difference? And who will it make a difference to you? Do you think that let's back up. Let me play the clip, and I want you to hear it. The funny thing is, too, it seems like a lot of black people were the people that were telling the story. And you can tell black people was a little uncomfortable doing the story a little bit. But I'm going to play it, and I'm going to let you hear it. This is from CBS 2 yesterday.
Johnson in a tight race for mayor. We're learning late this afternoon he owes the city of Chicago thousands of dollars. More breaking news involving Brandon Johnson in a tight race for mayor. We're learning late this afternoon he owes the city of Chicago thousands of dollars and is way behind in paying his bills. CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey joins us live from the newsroom with this breaking story.
Erica, Capitol Facts is reporting that Johnson owes the city of Chicago more than $3,000 in unpaid water and sewer charges. This comes just 5 days until Johnson faces off against Paul Vallis in the runoff election. Here's what he owes: $3,357.04 in unpaid charges and almost 8 months of not paying the city. He finally did pay on February 13th, 2023, but only $91.08. According to Capitol Facts, he has a history of not paying his city bills. Since 2010, he racked up more than $6,601 in fines and penalties. On top of that, he still owes $1,044.58 for unpaid traffic tickets dating back to 2014 and 2015. We asked Johnson how he's responding.
CBS 2 has been doing a lot of stories about getting hosed and people not being able to pay water bills and things of that nature. Is this simply an oversight, or is this a bill that has just gotten out of hand?
We're on a payment plan, like a lot of families in the city of Chicago.
And to that person who might say, hey, if you haven't paid this bill, how can you oversee such a city like Chicago when it comes to billions and millions of dollars?
I've managed multi-billion-dollar budgets as a Cook County Commissioner. We pay our car note, we pay our mortgage, we pay for school supplies, and we're on a payment plan.
Johnson's campaign also issued this statement saying, like many working and middle-class Chicagoans, the Johnson household has received various fines and fees from the city of Chicago over the years. These fines and fees are on a previously established payment plan and are on schedule to be fully resolved before Brandon Johnson takes office as our next mayor. In the newsroom, Megan Hickey, CBS 2 investigators.
All right.
Free promo, man. If you was worried about if he was black or not, if somebody was black and and just watching the news, they was like, I like that.
So black people don't pay bills.
No, I mean
they admire not paying bills. Is what you saying now? Reese, you about to stereotype us.
I'm not saying. Come on now. See, that's what.
See, you watch your words.
I'm talking about us, so I can. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about us the way I would. But you know what I'm saying? But for black people, And I'm looking at the TV and all the little on the side. I'm like, oh, look. I'm like, yeah, I like
So
that.
you think that's a promo? You think that's a plus?
For black people, I don't think it turned away zero black people. Now, like anybody in the den, if you saw that and felt like, oh, I can't vote for him now, like I think black people was like, that's what's up.
That's interesting. That's that money ain't free.
And running for president, Aaron, man, I like, hey, he was like, he wouldn't even want to say, really? Just like everybody else. What you mean? But he paid $91. So I paid the minimum. It said to keep it on, pay $91.27. I paid $91.27.
Okay, that's interesting. So let me back up because I think you hit it on the head before. This isn't for black people, right? This isn't for black people. This reiterates the stereotype. And you know what I used to say, Reese? If you can't do little money, you can't do big money, right? To me, the narrative out of that becomes, well, if you couldn't manage your household budget, but you can manage a multi-billion-dollar budget. And I think that this isn't for black people. This is really for white people. But what I was trying to get you to see is how if you've got a good PR machine, they could take a thread, pull the thread, feed it to a news outlet, i.e. the Capitol Facts, that then makes it news, that then makes it be reportable, that has been reported on every station. And so now, from now until the end of this election, right, as you talk about free promo, I don't think it turns out more voters for black. It doesn't turn out more black people. But what it does do is hurt him with whites and Latinos who would
have a comeback.
Well, we saw his comeback.
It was weak, to be honest.
Right, Megan, thank you.
Hold on, let's go to the comeback.
It's bad, you could say, just like how they said, just like all black, just like, all black and brown, as he would say, people, we suffer from this.
Well, that's my point.
I'm showing you.
He
could have said, I'm showing you that I'm just a regular Chicago. I don't have these mega millions that everybody else have to fund their campaign. So, I come from a, household where we do this and that. Like, he could have really, spent that. So when I become mayor, you see how I'm running for mayor and I'm in a whole store. When I become mayor, I want to make sure that people don't have these type of debts in Chicago as we seeing it and stuff. He could have really spent that. He could have really spent that into his defense and be like, you know what, that is one of the, me not being able to take care of my household shows the opportunities that we have in Chicago. So boom, he could have really spent it. But he was really upset. He was like,
really? No?
Yeah, right. That's what he was literally looking like. But he could have really spent it into like a positive note.
Turn it up.
We asked Johnson how he's responding.
CBS 2 has been doing a lot of stories about getting hosed and people not being able to pay water bills and things of that nature. Is this simply an oversight?
Pause out. You see, but that was the black reporter trying to give him a oop, right? He said people have been reporting on these water bills, blah, 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 blah. Was this just an oversight? That's when you take yes. That's when you say yes. Listen to the black reporter trying to give him the layup.
Or is this a bill that has just gotten out of hand?
We're on a payment.
Johnson, how he's responding.
CBS 2 has been doing a lot of stories about getting hosed and people not being able to pay water bills and things of that nature. Is this simply an oversight or is this a bill that has just gotten out of hand?
We're on a payment plan, like a lot of families in the city of Chicago.
And to that person who might say, hey, if you haven't paid this bill, how can you oversee such a city like Chicago when it comes to billions and millions of dollars?
I've managed multi-billion-dollar budgets as a Cook County commissioner.
And right there,
enthusiastic though. Listen to the way he's talking.
He wore out, man. He's saying this campaign wore him out. Reese, right then. Okay, let me stop.
He's supposed to have some spunk to it.
We pay our car note. We pay our mortgage. We pay for school supplies.
But you don't. Let me stop.
And we're on a payment plan.
Since campaign.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that is for black people, but I do think that it will create doubt in the minds of whites and Latinos who may be like, have already been, because again, we're not talking about the decideds. We're talking about the people that are still trying to make a decision. And I got to tell you, people that are saying they're undecided, they remind me of the Trump voters. Excuse me, I don't mean that in a bad way. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the people who tell you they're undecided right now at this point, if you undecided, if you're a Brandon Johnson supporter, you are a Brandon Johnson supporter. I think the undecideds are lying, but I want to know, is that a big deal? Will it make a difference? I don't think it'll make a difference to black people, but it will make a difference to white people. Carly on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up? Oh, hold on, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Carletta.
Hey, Carletta, how you doing this morning?
I am excellent, sir. Excellent. How you and Reese doing? I'm enjoying your show, sir.
Thank you very much. What's going on, sister?
So it's just like you said. This is when they play upon people's political naivete, and that's not just black folks, but white folks are political, just ignorance, just don't know. Whenever you have, if your lay person, your lay citizen doesn't realize, whenever you have a contract with the city of Chicago, whether you're a nonprofit, you're going to political, or if you're going to be a commissioner or whatever, you cannot have city debt, right? But and something, whether it's a parking ticket or a bill or an inspection ticket, if you're a business or whatever. But what people don't realize a lot of times, and because I've been doing that stuff for 13 years, sometimes the city, that bill will show up because you did apply. You might have not even known that it was there. It happens. And I've had to, work with my board members or my SSA commissioners because something showed up that they didn't even know, or our business owners. Something showed up that they didn't even know was there. The city found it. The city at one time told our organization we owe money, but they got our organization mixed up with an organization with a similar name. But it matters because it's all about perception and not context. And it's the same stuff warmed over. It's political. It might not be ethically right, but it's all about the quote unquote win. Right? Just like the Paul Vallis mega signs and now Brandon Johnson's water bill. It's just to put seeds of doubt in people's minds, just like the devil do. But that's all I want to say.
Okay, cool. So I think Carletta's saying it could not be his bill. Wasn't me. This is what I'm suggesting. I'm not. I have, God knows I have played the thing. The difference is though, Reese, and this is where this is where we got soft. And I'm going to tell you what's happening. What's happening is the political veteran killers that been down playing golf in Arizona, that was in Naples, have all come back. And all the stuff that people forgot, all the participation trophy stuff. See, Reese, when you run for office, you're supposed to do a opposition research book on yourself and yourself and your opponent, so you know what your opponent is going to say or do about you. The reality is, you pay that bill. Like, you don't get on a payment plan. You put it up because you don't want this to be the last thing that's in people's minds as they're trying to make their undecided decisions. You don't want to give people I told you, I knew it. Small, and you can call it dog whistle, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but the reality is your campaign team is supposed to check that and be straight on it. And you know how you know they checked it? Because they paid it in February 13th and got on a payment plan of this year. So I'm not tripping out on it, but I am saying that you got to understand, like, they use everything. It's like they take 2 seconds of the show, clip it, and the next thing you know, you anti-phobic, homo, racial, whatever. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody on the line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. And can I say something? I've never cut off a Brandon Johnson caller. Have I, Reese? I kind of let everybody talk. People be like, Maze, you give the people. I let people say what they gonna say. I really don't cut. That's Reese with the trigger finger. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Please, Brandon Johnson supporters. Hold on, Byron. Brandon Johnson supporters, please call in and add perspective so you can help the people understand. I don't have a horse. I'm a black dude that has missed. Man, you go check mine. I've been on and off and off and on and on and on. But I know if I'm running for the city, I'm paying everything off. Byron, what's up, Doc?
Hey, got good news. I'm packing. But anyway,
you're not packing. You ain't going nowhere.
Believe me, I booked it. I'm out of here 3 weeks. But anyway, check this out, Maze.
Where you going, Byron?
This is something tell me good thing, but I'm a little early. I got two things. One for Reese. Yes, I don't like Reese and his immigration policy, but God, please make sure he gets that job. Train him, teach him. He's loyal. He's a loyal man. Please, Maze, show him the ropes. Take him by your fingertip and take him down the road and make him a new man. But anyway, Reese, that's for you, man. You know, I stuck by you so many years, but you got me with the immigration stuff. But you see, I'm still for the poor black man. I want Maze because Maze can help you, man. Maze is just a great guy with wealth of information, and he knows how to run a business, and he knows that when you run a business, you pay your damn bills. I pay mine. I got a lot of water bills coming. I pays them because I don't want it to reflect on my credit score, which is 840. Okay. I don't want my credit score going down because when I go to get my utility turned on, believe me, they don't ask for my credit score. They say, when do you want it on? They don't ask for deposit. And I know I can't run for any offices because I know what I've done, right? Just like you said, Maze, you got to do assessments on yourself before you run for these offices. You have to. I know I can't run based on my background. You know what I'm saying? I've said a lot of things. And a lot of things that people don't like. I'm telling you, my friends don't like me. And Maze, yesterday I was in Floresmore. I'm not going to say where I was. I was sitting there talking to a white fella. And kind of found out he went to the same damn high school on the south side as I did. And then we got comfortable, you know, Maze, I can jiu-jitsu people, you know. I'm not like this all the damn time. With white folks, I have to figure who they are and what they are. And all of a sudden, through the conversation, based on what he was telling me, I said, do you know Madigan? He paused. He said, yeah, he's a good friend. He said, why'd you ask me that? No, I just want to see your reaction. And I got your reaction. I said, good, man, I couldn't even see the look at his face. Because he was telling me something. I said, dude, you got connections. Based on what he was telling me, he had connections, man, to do what he was doing. And I was playing, sitting back, relaxing, you know, chilling and stuff, asking this question. And all of a sudden, boom, out of the question, do you know Madigan? Mike? Yes, Mike.
That's funny, Byron.
Man, I had to tell you that, man. That's all. I didn't want to call said nothing else, man. But I'm just telling you that water bill. But Maze, when you're in business, you're conscious about all your bills. You want to keep your organization, your business running. And for somebody coming, automatically cut your water off because of unpaid bills you don't know nothing about, you got to keep track of that. You got to keep stuff moving. You got to keep stuff moving. You got to stay on top of business. Black folks are losing the sense of business. You got to take care of the basic things. You got to take care of the basic things. Like, I know for sure I cannot run for any public office. I know it. I know. I would not even. People can't tell me, bro, you should run for this. I can't. I just tell my chats I can't. I'm not. Because then it really, you know, it might destroy what I already have. Who wants to go through that? It's like you, Maze. You have done your share to help these Negroes, and the time is up for it. You know, I mean, there's no other way to go, you know. But I do want you to help my boy Reese out. I've been with Reese. You will not let him run that damn show. Not one damn time that I've been asking you when you was gone. But at least you can do is hold his hand and show him the ropes because that's the way to go.
All right, Byron.
I appreciate the call, man.
You know I love talking to you, Byron. You know that's why Katie told you to stay in your place because you're the vice president, not the president. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Reese,
Do you think we take pride in gaming the system? How many payment plans? Do y'all remember when Illinois Bell, when it was Illinois Bell and you could get a payment plan and get your phone back on? I had about 16, 20 time payment plans. I don't know, man. I just think that as we continue to watch this, I just think it's one more of those things that's going to put people in doubt, right? Like if you're undecided, and I just don't think nobody's undecided at this point, Reese. Well, I am. I'm still undecided. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Reese, it's about that time. Let's get some little tell me something good in there. Because I got a few things I want to do. I think you might have some things you want to say. So let's get on it. Wow, wow. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me something good. Ooh. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I know y'all ain't gonna let these weeks go by without giving me tell me something good. Somebody out there better call me and tell me something good. But in the meantime, DJ DJ Riis, DJ Riis, DJ Riis. See how I can do that? DJ Riis the ruler. Tell me something good, dog. Tell me that you like it. What's up, dog?
Man. I finally done moving. They ain't done unpacking.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up with your nephew? How far did he go? How many days did he work?
My nephew.
Yeah, the one that you had to pay to watch to make sure nothing got stole from your truck?
He didn't even, listen.
He didn't make day two?
He needed to come back. He said he'll be right back, and then he would come back. Didn't even come back. But nah, so yeah, and my son get back today, so yeah, congratulations to my son as he begin booked to be a good backstage man. So like a lot of events, they've been flying him out and everything. I'm taking me a flight. I haven't been out of town in a minute. I'm tired. I need a vacation. I haven't had more than 3 hours, if that is, this whole week. It's good, man. A week to go. I'm telling you, I'm partying Sunday, but I know I'm not. I'm gonna get off and go straight to sleep.
You got big plans.
If I can, though.
Sunday is next Sunday. It's Easter.
Oh,
you ain't going to sleep.
You're right. I was sitting, and then I won't.
Don't you cook Easter dinner? Don't you?
You know what? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I probably got the couch in the kitchen right now. You know how.
Okay. How you gonna put it together? You gotta have Okay, so, I do.
Yeah, but I'm going out of town. Finna do the last of my birthday plans. I'm going out of town to Arizona and kick it with some friends and family and see my cousin.
Your real cousin,
he is my real cousin,
but he got your cousin. But he got your other cousin with him. He stay with your other cousin.
Yeah, I said, hey, cuz, here goes $75 because I need you to go and get my other cousin. Pick my other cousin up. Because I heard that you could pick him up for that $75 down there. He's like, all right, cool, but yeah, now I'm finna go kick it with some friends, so my family, get some sun, and just relax, man. So that's my tell me something good.
All right. Y'all ain't got no tell me something good out there? Somebody better give me a call. So they better call me and tell me something good. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Tell me something good. Wow. Uh-oh.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning, Cassandra Matz, candidate for Olympia Fields trustee. Y'all better get y'all butt out there and vote and punch. Is it one?
One.
Punch one.
Yes,
for Cassandra Matz. Yes. What's up, Cassandra? How are you, darling?
Absolutely. And that's what I was calling about, to say, tell me something good. I have 4 days till I'm winning. But the most important thing that I want to say is that next Friday, when you have your last show, I want to make sure that I receive my master's in Mastradamus certificate as I graduate. I have been sitting here for the last couple of years. From 6 to 9 o'clock, everyone knows not to call my phone because they're subject to get some colorful language, because I am in session. I am in class. So once again, I'm looking forward to that certificate next Friday, as well as I will be announcing my win April 4th.
All right, that is
Trustee of Olympia Fields, punch number 1.
That's my girl, Cassandra Mash. Y'all out in Olympia Field, y'all better get out there. Y'all vote. Y'all support her vote like your life depended on it. Also, don't forget our girl. What was Courtney? Was her name Courtney? All right. From Harvey, 2nd Ward. Got to vote for her. You know, the 6-footer.
Don't come to me. Yeah.
I got to get it, man. You know I've been hanging out with my cuz. Hey, Shannon Washington trying to be a lobbyist too, man. He got an answer for everything. Shannon be cracking me up. We're going to have Reese and Shannon in a room together, and we're going to make up situations, and we're going to let them, we're going to have debate. Like, they going to see, you decide, you decide. Tell me what. Look, Shannon said, you got to own your house to own your water bill. Hey, I love it. Can I tell you what, man? I really wish we could debate. Like, I really wish we could agree to disagree. Not agree to disagree, but disagree logically. Like, is it possible to have a black debate without somebody being a slave or Uncle Tom going back to the plantation? Like, to argue the points. I would love to see that. But you know how Wakandans do. They gotta make it go back to the mist. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller! You're on the Maze Jackson Show. Tell me something good. Wow, wow.
Good morning, my family. This is Ballhead. Good morning.
What's up, dog? You know the people asking about that jerk chicken, right? They sweating me on the jerk chicken. They like, you have a jerk chicken tonight? I was like, I forgot I didn't call Ballhead, and I can't be rushing him. Because he'd be like, damn, Maze, you only give me 20 minutes to get it together. But I sure would have called you and said, get us a pan of jerk chicken, because it is off the chain. Man, the mayor came last week, talk about the mayor, like, y'all ain't got that jerk chicken again? I was like, nah, we didn't call Ballhead this week. You on your own, my brother. What's up, Ballhead? How you feeling, dog?
Man, God is good. I'm blessed. I just wanted to call and let you know. First of all, what them young folks say, no homo. I love you, brother. I love you to death, and I want you to continue being blessed, man. If I don't talk to you next week, man, it's a pleasure, man, meeting you. You understand? I just want you to know from my heart, me and my family love you.
I love you back, man. That's something good. And I'm going to tell you, I love y'all back. And y'all don't act like you're going to get lost, famo. They done already said, put them on the request list, right? So they want you on the menu. Like, when we do our brochure, they like, put that chicken on the menu. They like, put it on and tell people that's what we having on a regular. So we ain't gonna miss you, dog. I'm not gonna say we ain't gonna miss you, but we ain't gonna be gone, and you're gonna be part of the family regardless, man. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you and your lovely wife. And I just saw that she hit me with a text talking about the bread and the barbecue sauce. It's all good, fam. You know I love y'all to death, and I love y'all back. Where the boy? The son in the car?
Hold on. I wanted you, because I'm waiting on you to tell me when you want me to bring you that package.
See, now, he talk about food, y'all. He talk about food. He said, what package?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the famous sandwiches we got. I'm sorry. Hey, none of that. I'm a God-fearing, loving child of God. None of that.
Them people. What Ballhead, I want to do it when I'm going to actually sit down and enjoy it, right? Because what I wind up doing is ordering and asking for it, and then my mind ain't ready to eat, and I be like, y'all eat that, and I want some my damn self.
Yes, sir.
All right. But hey, brother, I appreciate you. I appreciate your family. I appreciate you always coming through when we call you, and we're going to be on advance. I'm going to tell Erica to get on top of that in advance, so when we know we got something, we're going to hit you up. Because that chicken, man, you see my sister in the comments right now, like, that chicken. Anyway, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. Reese, anybody else on that line? Okay. Well, y'all. It is that time of the day for me to tell you Tell Me Something Good. So I'm going to read my list right now. So, first of all, don't forget today, 5 o'clock, Obsidian BYOB Happy Hour. 5 o'clock, BYOB Happy Hour. If you're interested in being a member, we do have the membership. Excuse me. The membership information. And we also have the application. So if you're interested in becoming a member of Obsidian, go to the Obsidian Facebook page where Tennille will put the link
and the QR code so you can sign up to be a member. Let me see what else I got. Tomorrow, the NCAA Final Four party. If you did not RSVP, please look at the flyer. RSVP, you must have RSVP'd to get in. I'm telling y'all now, we going from 3 to 10. It's going to be a banging day party. We got DJ Vince Adams at the Selva Hotel. At the Emily Hotel Selva. If y'all were not there and if you did not come to the Community Builders Awards, you will definitely not want to miss this. We are going to have the games on big screens. There will be food. There will be drinks. You're going to miss let me tell you, if you don't get there early, there will be a limited open bar to start it off. But then we're going to kick it all day. Reese, you drink old fashions?
I done had a few, but
that ain't my thing neither. But the old fashions, that's what a lot of people think they old fashioned this, old fashioned that. So we're gonna have that. Plus it's gonna be it's gonna be sliders and tacos and they even got some stuff for the vegans. So I'm gonna hit up Brother Sadiq and see if he wanna come too. But y'all go to the Final Four flyer, look at the link, hit the link and get it cracking. So you can come through and kick it with me. I want to see y'all, right? We're going to also be celebrating Tamiko's birthday at that as well. 1 week away from retirement, Reese. We're going to do the mic like this. Well, we ain't going to do it like this.
Retirement,
we going to end the morning show.
Yeah.
It's 1 week before the 1 week before we call the end to the Mays Jackson show and look for our new beginning. It's 1 week away. Just one. So these new shows this week, Monday, Tuesday is election day. You don't want to miss the Wednesday recap. Thursday, we're going to reminisce. And Friday, we're going to broadcast live from Obsidian. I want every chair, every seat, everything packed. I know it's a Friday morning. I know y'all got to go to work. I'll never forget that first one we had the live broadcast and Cassandra and her girls had bottles. They was getting slapped early in the morning. I might even have we might have some infusion. We might have a little sippy sip. We might even get some bottomless mimosas going. We're going to have to get this thing cracking. Because I'm going to tell you, man, it's really crazy to realize that it's only a week left. I mean, it ain't even 7 days. It's 5 days. Right?
5 work days, but it's, it's 7.
5 days. 5 work days.
4 for me, but don't tell nobody.
Right. How Reese gonna miss the day before election, y'all?
Shh, don't tell nobody.
It's all right. It's okay though. You know how people be doing. Tell nobody. It's like, they be calling off. I hope that I stay a major part of your life. I hope that you all have gotten. I hope that there's a takeaway from this show. And it ain't that I was trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that I'm going to tell you one of the best things I'm going to enjoy about not being on the show is walking into a room and people like, uh-oh, here come trouble. Right? Y'all celebrated John Lewis for trouble. They called it good trouble. All I ever wanted us to do was eat, Reese. That's it. All I ever wanted the black people to do was be able to eat. So I hope I see y'all tomorrow. Man, y'all at the Final Four joint. Make sure you come up and say what's up. Shout out to Chicago News Weekly for being a great partner. Shout out to the Chicagoland Mom Squad. I've been seeing them getting it in. Shout out to everybody that is supporting. Thank you to the Ani Group for believing in us. Shout out to the Emily Hotel for welcoming us. Now let me just be clear to y'all though. Wasn't it for the black people first, ain't stopping. It's just going in I just won't be doing it from the on air part. I think I tell too many of our game plans up here. But I think it was all part of it. But I hope that there is something that you, as you continue to talk, I hope that y'all will continue to, I hope that this was something that y'all appreciated. Damn, Celine! Look, Salim, you gonna read this comment. Salim, y'all, he just hit me with the 50 ball. You see that, Reese? He hit me with a 50 ball. Shout out to Salim. Salim said in 1971, Harold Washington was sentenced to 40 days in Cook County Jail with a $1,000 fine and 3 years of probation for failing to file his taxes for 4 years. That history was blasted during the 83 mayoral campaign, but it failed to doom it. Man, Salim, I saw Brandon told us that he was Dr. King's dream fulfilled. I'm not here to argue that anymore. That's not my fight to have, right? I just want to participate in the dream. I'm through fighting for it. I just want to participate in it. I've run up every hill. Took a lot of bullets. And now it's time for me to do what's best for me and my family. So we got 1 week, Reese. I don't know if it's going to be the fire star. Then they said it was, these ain't been scorched earth shows, have they? I feel like we've been just telling the truth. And well, that's what I've always tried to do. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Salim Muwakil for the $50. Hey, y'all, I am trying to raise enough money to go on a vacation. So if y'all can help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm just saying, I had to make the radio payment this week. It's tough giving them a check when right? You got to give them a check. You be like, nah, I could. See, I could have did like my cousin.
We just was talking about paying your bills, man. Let's keep our bill. You got to go ahead. Did you know that when Mace Jackson only had 1 week to go on the show, he didn't pay his bill?
Hey, man, you always be thinking about when you move an apartment. you think about when you was moving, like you got a deposit. You be like, should I pay my last month rent or just let them keep the deposit? And you're moving.
I never do. When I start there, I give you my first month, my last month, and my security deposit. That mean that no, I'm not painting your walls, I'm not doing nothing. I'm taking my stuff, sweeping through, and you can keep this. It doesn't even matter
because you forgot about it anyway.
They never. If it's anybody, I've never lived in a house and got it. You got it back. Mm-hmm. You must,
I'm getting mine back.
You must didn't breathe in the house. I'm trying to tell you.
No, they're not. You define what wear and tear is. You define what wear and tear is, like family. Like, your paint don't last 300 years. It don't last 5 years. And half the time, I do more work in your place if I'm, you know what I'm saying? So, nope, give me my security deposit. Yeah, no. Come on, let's walk through here. Nah, that was yours. That was, give my money.
There you go, man.
And give my money, and then I want my interest.
Yeah.
This is not right. I get my interest too, bro.
Take all that. All right, man.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I want it all of that. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Hey, Reese, give me your hours. Help me help you.
I'm gonna send them to you when I'm sitting in the airport.
Nah. You need to send them to me, like now. Like before you get it.
Okay, what I do before I leave, but before I leave, I gotta finish the board. So.
Okay. Well, get it to me because I'm trying to be done. I don't make me wait till tomorrow because then it's gonna be tomorrow and Monday is it right? So come on. So our brother could do his thing, so I could just cross my list off and I can go get ready for everything else I gotta do. Look, y'all, this is the Maze. Oh, Linda Jennings. Y'all trying to send a brother. Look, I'm trying to go to the islands. I want to be in the islands after this. And so I ain't tripping, man. I done gave and gave. So if y'all feel like next week, y'all want to do it only cost me like $8,000 to go.
Y'all can just send me to ATL round trip. Is about $190.
Where could you go in the city if you didn't leave the country? Where can you go and kick it? Right, with your family. Jerome, I see you, dog.
They make sure you got the.
Where can you go? Where can you go in the United States?
A lot of places, man.
Like where?
With your friend.
With your family.
That y'all ain't been. How old is the youngest person in the family?
17.
You could do a lot of what? You could do you could do Vegas. You could do.
Well,
you could do stuff in Vegas at 17. You can still have you can still have fun. You can do. You could do a Universal Studio.
We've been there. I got pictures of them sleep through that. They slept through that.
You can do something in New York. You could just take them somewhere that they never
I don't want to run an onThe in New York.
You could do a lot.
Y'all tell me somewhere I could take the. I need somewhere to go. I need something to aspire to after Friday.
LA. You can always go to LA.
You know what though? Like LA, I gotta stay in like Malibu or something.
Yeah.
Right? That's a 5-hour flight, though.
You gotta go to
You get to
sleep.
Jamaica. Nah, but it's like the 5 hour.
You say you could have been to Jamaica in 5 hours.
You Jamaica, you be there in 2.5, 3 tops. Florida. Wait, Salim, I thought I thought Ron DeSantis was there. We were supposed to not go to Florida.
So
I was thinking about what about
Miami?
That's Florida.
I know. I mean, Orlando is Florida.
Florida.
Universal. So I'm just saying.
They got good food in Orlando. Like you could go to all the restaurants. You know what I was
New
just.
Orleans. You just left there. That's right.
Kobe Chapman. I'm sorry. Thank you, Regina. I'm sorry. Y'all make sure y'all vote for Kobe in the second ward.
Let's go on ahead.
All right, look, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. What's the matter? What you pointing at? All right, we got to get up out of here. So, for Maze Reese, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. Enough to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black